Hey everyone. Hi.
Hi.
It's me and KD, Moonchild.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing on this Sunday? It's foggy. It's foggy here at the Northern California coast.
It's beautiful here.
And
Here, actually,
let us,
it'll
I
be
want to
like
hear.
104 today here.
Oh, only 104.
Yeah.
But it's a dry
Lovely.
heat. Yeah.
Yeah, but so the blast furnace.
And if you don't know, KD is in Arizona. And
That's
that is
always my
why.
response when people go, yeah, but I'll say it's 105 or it's 110 because that's what's coming up in June.
Uh,
Yeah, but it's a dry heat. And I'm like, so is a blast furnace.
It's still hot.
Freaking
Yes,
hot.
and it's
Come
even
hang out with me at 110 at 2:00 in the afternoon.
oof. Yeah, no.
The sun
I would just be in like water, like in my pool.
Well, the sun. Well, I'm so fair
If I
skinned.
had one.
The sun feels like a sharp knife on your skin when it's really dry
Yeah.
and really hot. I'll take the humid heat any day. Although that's like trying to walk through mud. I'm in Tucson, Jake.
There we go. Just wanted to get my mic sorted out.
Tucson's about 5 degrees cooler than Phoenix, but that's huge.
That is huge. It's trust. Yeah. I've felt that heat, and I've felt Australian heat, Midwestern heat. I've felt a lot of different kinds of heat.
Different kinds of heat, yeah. I've been in Portland, Oregon at 105.
Is it humid there?
I'll take Phoenix at 118 over Portland at 105. Thank you.
Really? Does it get more
it's
humid?
so humid, my God, because you
I
got
hate
the ocean
humidity.
and the Columbia River.
Ooh, then that just means Mosquito City. And no offense to Oregon, because Oregon's beautiful.
No, that's their freaking state bird. What are you kidding?
Yeah, I thought it was Missouri's. I thought it was Missouri's state bird.
We're Alaska.
That's
Washington,
true.
Idaho.
I just washed my hair, y'all, so I got to let it down to dry a little bit. Ooh.
I had to do that earlier.
It's
I was
all
like
hot.
doing the fluff it.
Yeah, it's gonna be all fluffy.
Hair dryer out today. It's too
this
hot.
Is still wet. See, it's still wet.
Yeah. See, I can't put my hair back in a ponytail because if I do 2 days later where the rubber band is, it'll still be wet.
Oh man, your hair's
really fine.
And porous. Must be mine's pretty porous as well.
I have very baby fine, super soft, super freaking healthy hair. It
reminds me of my Mickeys.
In somebody else's chat the other day, and I was kidding around, and I'm going, I'm thinking about dyeing my hair dark purple and dark midnight blue. And she's like, "Ooh, that'd be pretty. What did you get a kit already?" And I'm like, yeah." And she's like, "What'd you get?" "Splat." She's like, "Oh, don't use splat. That's hard on your hair." And I'm laughing.
Oh, no.
You should have seen the shit I used to do to my hair. It's only hair. It grows back.
Mine's slow.
I had chemotherapy. It all fell out, dang. I'm proof. It grows back.
And you still have fun with it? And you...
Absolutely. It's only hair. It is not your identity, believe it or not.
I believe you. Although I am very fond.
Think it is.
Yes.
A lot of men do too.
Yes. I think maybe a little bit more. Am I wrong? If I it's pretty, and I'm not down on people that are like sad because they have hair loss. I wouldn't be particularly fond of it, but I understand why people do want their hair too. But always be glad with what you got. Work with what you got.
My hair, since chemotherapy, I only have about half of what I used to have.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I got hair.
That's right. And it looks cute.
Curly in the back, which I never had in my life ever before.
That's what my other friends have said that had chemo, that they've got these waves now.
Stick straight here.
I've got that, Katie. I've got that naturally. It's weird. Like if you lift up a bit,
back here.
It'll be super wavy. And then stick straight next to it. I'm like, well, this just looks silly. Looks like somebody didn't finish whatever they were doing.
Why do I have to always have something I got to curl and put a lot of time into?
I don't anymore. I just scrunch it.
Yeah.
I
Then I
cut
got the
mine.
pixie haircut. That one and the afro back in the 70s.
Oh, that was
Afro
very.
was great because you just get your perm and put your goop in your hair and go let it dry and get your pick and forget
I
about it the
remember.
rest of the day. It was wonderful.
I remember those looks and
And your platform shoes and your super wide glove Levi's jeans.
that's right, flared leg.
Super
I
flared. And we
super
used to take
flared. That's
regular
right.
jeans and take the stitching out part of the sides
Did you really?
and flare them out ourselves with fabric.
I think that's brilliant. I think that's brilliant because we all
Hey,
can't.
girls, what can I say? I embroidered all over everything and
I had
bing.
embroidered jeans. I still have some that I bought, that are machine embroidered, but yeah. My
Can't
mom
wait.
embroidered my jeans when I was in the 70s, and I had
I
the
know
earth
that.
shoes. I had the earth shoes.
Oh,
Yes,
I
I
still wear
did.
Birkenstocks.
Those
So,
are supposed to be very good for your feet.
well, I have flat feet, so I
Oh.
need the arch support.
Yeah, I have like before my accident, I had falling arches. So no matter way you
No
went
problem
about it,
there
I was
now, huh?
yeah, I was just kind of, screwed
Isn't
as
it
far
weird
as
how life teaches you oddly what you can be grateful for, even
hmm
though you lose a lot?
losing it is probably in some ways the best so that you can appreciate it and you'll get it back eventually,
Yeah,
you know.
I got my degree in computers after working in it for years. I found I might as well get the piece of paper to go with it. 4 months into it, I'm diagnosed with fibromyalgia and can't work anymore.
Oh my God. So, yeah, tell us more about that. And for you guys that are joining me, this is Katie Moonchild, and we are just going to be talking for until we're done, and then we'll be taking your questions. But Katie, go ahead and tell us, tell us about that. So you had just gotten this job with the tech industry.
With Microsoft.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in Tucson. Believe it or not, the city of Tucson paid Microsoft $2 million if they would put a call center in here for Windows 95 and 98. So Bill Gates says, oh, yeah, sure, okay. He was in the middle of his antitrust lawsuit, but sure, I'll take your money. We'll come in there. They came in, set up. IBM used to be here. We had a big IBM Science Center here. It's now the U of A Science Center. But we went in there, and they put the trunk line in directly to Microsoft. So it was just like, push button 2 and you're talking to so-and-so, and they're, half the country away. It was really cool, but it was like they're in the same building. Trunk lines are amazing. That's a direct line.
Oh
They're
wow.
expensive to run. So anyway, so they got all that in. They were here for probably maybe 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Brought in one of their subsidiaries to fulfill their contract and booked, and took most of their people with them. So then the subsidiary had to hire all new people and all that. So, but I
Oh
ended up
my goodness.
working for them. It was interesting. I did 3 weeks worth of 3 weeks with the flu, by the way, worth of school to learn how to fix problems
Uh,
in Windows, and my flu never went away. It was fibromyalgia.
and what year was that?
1998,
And
April 4th.
this was a relatively newly found also disorder, right?
I
Fibromyalgia.
have been to like 7
So
doctors.
many doctors, right?
Yeah, 7 of them to figure out why did I hurt so much when I didn't do much. I used to be a backpacker and,
A
that kind of
go-getter,
stuff.
right? A
Right.
hiker.
And if I'd walk around the block with my mom, my hips and knees and ankles would hurt so bad that I'd almost be in tears. Why? That's
Oh.
stupid for somebody who'd walk 6 miles and let's see how many more waterfalls are on up the trail after we set up camp. Ended up being a total of 11 miles in one day.
That's a
So,
lot, girlfriend. That's a lot.
so,
You were
all
a
of a
trooper
sudden, my body went, I don't want to do this no more. And I
and
couldn't figure
said,
out
time
why.
out.
Yeah. Hi, she emailed that maiden. You have fibro too? Yeah.
I
And
know a
that's,
lot of people that do.
yeah,
And
there's a
people,
lot of us in this
hmm
community that do.
hmm
And if it's not fibromyalgia, there's a lot of us in the community that have a chronic pain issue of some kind or another.
Me.
Yeah, like Debbie Freebird's spirit has sciatica issues, and
Yeah, of course, I've got the stupid paralysis, as you know, paraplegia, but also in my neck because of compensation. I have, they call that, it's like a narrowing of the vertebrae, stenosis, spinal stenosis in my neck. So my neck vertebrae keep clicking and slipping forward.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
and then that pinches your spinal cord, which causes numbness in your fingers
Yeah.
and pain down. Can you tell I've been there?
Yes.
I
And it can
have
also
C5 and C6
that's
fusion
right.
right
Oh,
here.
do you?
You can see the scar, kind of. A little bit right there.
Oh, yes, I see it now, but only because you pointed it out.
Yeah. Oh, I had a great surgeon. He put it in a wrinkle. I was like, thank
Smart.
you.
Yes, that is a mark of a good surgeon. That really
Oh, and he
is.
was a neurosurgeon. If you're going to have somebody touch your spinal cord, don't let anybody but a neurosurgeon touch you.
That's
God,
right.
stay away from the carpenters. Don't let an orthopedic surgeon touch your back. Whatever you do.
Come back with your arm on your ear.
Oh, God. Oh, they have a tendency to use hammers and chisels and shit. And that just scares the crap out of me near your spinal cord.
Yeah, I've got
Drills and like,
yes. I had the Harrington rods in my back after my accident,
oh, yeah.
and I had them for a year, and then my body didn't want them anymore. And it was causing out here, because there's a lot of fog and stuff, it was causing me to get these horrible aching backs. So
Barometric pressure changes.
yeah, so it just made, I felt so much better after I got them out. But they did the job. They helped stabilize my spine, and I had two spinal fusions. Well, that was not fun,
Those
but
bummer surgeries.
yeah.
Not fun to heal from. As what Mandy was talking about, malachite crystals are good for pain. Hello.
There you
This
go.
is something you can find laying on the ground in Arizona.
Beautiful.
Arizona's a great place if you're a rock hound.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All the geologists. I've heard that. Hey, Jasmine Dominguez. She says, "Oh, you ladies are strong." Thank you.
Oh, thank you. You know what? So are you. People ask
Jasmine,
me.
you can ask a question. I will tag it for later.
People ask me, how did you, you're so strong. How did you get through that? The same way you would. I put one foot in front of the other. And I took it 1 minute at a time. You can't look at the whole project. This is one thing, something like I had cancer. I survived cancer. You can't look at that as though I'm going toward a battle with cancer. You're looking at it as though I'm making it through today and I'm going to sleep tonight and I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
So there. How do you like that? Cancer.
Yeah. And I just did that for 4 months of every 3 weeks getting cancer infusions. And I made it. I did it. That was in 2008.
2008. And what kind of cancer was that again?
Breast cancer.
Oh, a friend of mine had that.
It was caused from too much estrogen. Too many birth control pills.
Oh, sugar.
Yeah,
that was where
I was on birth control pills
for years, probably,
time.
and didn't think anything of it. A lot of women wouldn't.
Kids, and you're not supposed to be on them longer than 10 years at a time. You're supposed to go off of them for a while after that.
That makes sense.
Bothered with that, And then my gynecologist says, well, you're at the age now, you're not going to have any kids, so you don't need to be taking the birth control pills. So they took me off of them. Then I started to change. Started into menopause.
Isn't it fun?
Actually, it was perimenopause, and I started hemorrhaging a lot. So they put me back on birth control pills to stop the hemorrhaging. Well,
oh my God.
My body went, no, that's too much estrogen. No. And I developed breast cancer.
Oh God. Oh my God.
So it was.
That's,
weird.
You know what? That's something I didn't think about. But that you can definitely get that. And through birth control. Oh my God.
From birth control pills. Yeah. They tried using Premarin, which is what they normally give you if you're perimenopausal. But I had ethical reasons against using Premarin, besides the fact it didn't work for me. It didn't stop anything. Premarin, if you guys don't know out there, Premarin is made out of the pee of pregnant horses. And they will impregnate a horse, let the horse develop the cat to a certain point, and then they kill and do it again. And they keep the horses pregnant, just like they do dairy cows, gang. Do you realize that's the whole deal with dairy cows?
That's awful.
They keep them pregnant.
I would not want to be kept.
Milk.
Oh. Ugh.
Yeah. And I love my milk and cheese.
Me too.
But I don't have to have it in the quantities that I was raised with. It's more special when you eat it.
That's right. That's right.
The difference between plain old American cheese and smoked Gouda.
There's a lot that's different. American cheese isn't real cheese, for one thing. No, we are not quite sure what that is.
Product.
I think it's plastic with cheese flavoring. Yeah.
Flour and coloring.
Pretty much.
And it doesn't melt. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the government issue version of American cheese.
Oh, my goodness.
Complain about that stuff. That feeds a lot of people.
Yeah, I had we got those. Yeah. And they were good for grilled cheese sandwiches, gotta tell you.
Oh, and they're good on burgers, too. They melt just to the right point on a burger. And they're pretty good on tacos if you use a lot of taco sauce.
Yeah, yum. Oh, I would too.
Because then it's like taking Velveeta and Rotel. You take
back like we did
to make the dip. Oh, easiest dip on the face of the earth. Microwave, Rotel, and Velveeta. Oh, in a bowl.
Yeah, and a napkin and probably some face wipes because
chips are helpful too.
Yes. Oh, those. Yeah. I like queso dip as well. Just like
brie.
Yes. I love French brie. When I went to France and I had the brie there, and it's so good, but we will not allow that to be imported because it's not pasteurized.
It's not pasteurized, yeah.
And it's such bullshit because it's delicious.
I know. I love it when it comes with the raspberry jam all baked in the crust.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like that's my weak point. I love brie and
my other weakness, Miss Strawberry Rhubarb, is strawberry rhubarb pie. That was my mom's favorite pie. She made it all the time. So when you changed your name, Sharon, I was like, oh, that reminds me of my mom. She would be 101 today, you guys.
Oh my God! Well, happy birthday to Mom in heaven.
Thank you. Her name was Edna.
Edna
May.
Edna May. What was her last name?
Smith.
Edna May Smith.
Actually, she was born a Martin. She married a Smith.
And is she? She's probably having a big party on the other side.
She and my dad were ballroom dancers, so I'm sure they're having a great time tonight.
Oh yeah, and then they're just kicking up their heels, having a good old time.
I used to love to watch them dance. It's like, I swear to God, their feet never touched the floor.
Like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers for your parents.
My dad tried to teach me, and all I did was walk and step all over his feet.
Oh no! Well, we can't all be dancers, but
I'm not a dancer, but I do sing.
Well, you're lucky. I would like to sing and dance. I don't. Well, I did dance fairly well before my accident. I can dance fairly well now after my accident in the chair still. But
chair dance is the best kind.
That's right. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say that. But I'm just looking to see what the comments are. Okay. And I'm just going to mark these. Yeah, I'm marking your stuff. Hey, Herc. Hey, Jay. And Jasmine says, happy birthday to your mom.
Thank you, Jasmine. She was a delightful lady. She would have thought all this was a blast.
Oh, man. She sounds really cool. And I wanted to pick up something Heather said. She just got back from something.
I heard. I think she said earlier.
Attorney General
Scott's. She was going to a demonstration today.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at these. I'm going rolling
Yay.
back. There it is. That you just got back from a women's march in Buffalo, and guess who I got to meet? Everyone, Attorney General Letitia James. Woo!
Woo!
Woo-hoo! Shout out to you,
Yeah.
Heather.
Did you tell
Yeah.
her to nail his bottles to the bottles? Please, as fast as you can.
She says, that is why I changed my name in honor of my mother and grandmother baking the best rhubarb pies. Oh, I love pie. I do. I love
My
pie.
mom taught me how to
Savory
cook
or
rhubarb.
sweet?
Mom taught me how to make rhubarb.
Because if you
I
don't do it
can
right, it
cook
can
it
be
in a
poisonous.
saucepan. She taught me how to cook it in a saucepan, and so that you could put it on your toast like preserves in the morning.
Like, oh,
so good.
so how do you do that? I want to know. What did your
Oh,
mom
it's
say to
just
do?
like making applesauce. You cut them
And cook them down?
rhubarb into chunks.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you don't use the leaves. The leaves are poisonous.
Right. I was going to say, I understand that some of it's poisonous. And so
Yeah, it's
this
the
is good
leaves.
to
The
know.
leaves are very
Leave the
poisonous.
leaves out. You will poison yourself. Don't.
Right. Also, some people will eat the stalks raw. I am scared to. So just
No.
that's just as my fear. But you cut them up into little pieces. The stalks look like orange or purple celery.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put them in a
They're very
saucepan with, I'm trying to remember what the ratio is of sugar to
Yeah,
fruit.
sugar and water.
At least 1.5, I would say, because rhubarb is so
Puckery.
But you do add,
Tart.
it's really weird because you add lemon juice to it to help reduce that tartness.
Isn't that funny?
But yeah, that's all it is. It's just a pinch, just a squeeze of lemon.
I love lemon as well.
1.5 fruit to sugar, and then the rest water. And then you slowly cook it on the stove and you stir it, and it becomes stringy. Gets really, really stringy, and no longer has the square chunks to it. And then it's really good hot on toast. Ooh. Good on pancakes and waffles too.
Ooh, I want to try this because I really like, I grew up and we would, if we ran out of cereal because we lived out in the country, getting back to the store wasn't always, easy. So cinnamon toast, was like, so this makes sense. And so when I get like hey, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
When I get like a sweet tooth, I will crave cinnamon toast or something like that, or jam on bread. I do love that kind of basic thing.
I do. And it's got to be that cheap shit ass white bread too.
Does it really? I'm good. I've been able to like jump that.
But I don't eat a lot of bread.
Well, that's good.
I eat a lot of tortillas though.
I love tortillas.
If it fits, if you can throw it on a tortilla and roll it up,
you'll eat it.
You got it.
Same here. I love that as well. I can't eat too much bread because I've got like a hiatal hernia. So yeah, I have to eat small amounts, kind of like off and on, very lightly. And
my mom had that.
I think I got it after I had my kids. I do. I think I got it from trying to give birth.
Oh, Rachel, you guys are growing raspberries.
Oh, I love raspberries. Those are my favorites.
I got a challenge for you, Rachel. She likes challenges.
Oh, here we go.
Write a short story about a raspberry in 28 words or less. That's hard to do.
Yes.
It has to have a beginning, middle, and an end and a description.
But that's a good one.
That's a hard one. That's really hard. So I got all involved in describing what the description. So I didn't have to tell much of the story.
That's all right.
I got an A. Hey.
Oh, Tammy, yeah. We used to dip the stalks in sugar as a kid.
I was always afraid to do that, but my cousins and stuff always did. So
rhubarb with sugar. My grandfather grew them.
Yeah.
And she's saying, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Hey, it's quite a challenge. That was one of my first assignments in masters for creative writing.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, you want us to do what? Okay.
Come again?
Short stories are hard enough. but 28 words, and you want me to have a description, beginning, middle, and an end, and about about. You could pick anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked a raspberry because it had a lot I could describe.
Sending you both a raspberry.
Thank you.
That's funny. Reminds me, I gotta shut off my phone is giving me all the alerts now.
If you hear fans and stuff,
I can hear them lightly, but it's a
because
nice sound. It's a nice sound. There's no problem with it.
my air conditioner just came on, and I just bought for the grow room
Mm-hmm.
a portable evaporative cooler.
Ooh, so tell us about this. Now we're going to be talking about medical cannabis here,
Yeah,
and also recreational cannabis, because who cares?
And in both of our states, it's legal, and
Yeah.
we don't advocate it in anyone under 21, so we can talk about it.
Yeah, we're grown
It's
ups.
perfectly legal because I've done it for years.
Yes, I think some people should maybe consider it rather than drinking.
I think, yeah, I think most heavy drinkers should consider it because I think they'd be real surprised.
I think so too.
Yeah, I have actually 3 doctors prescribe it to me. So if the state wants to take it away from me from one doctor, I got 2 others to back it up. So.
It's just not. It's
They
just
won't do that. It's
no.
been 6 years now. I've got a precedent. So
That's right. No one's
and
going to come.
I have a chronic pain illness that doesn't have a cure. It's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Mushrooms too. I agree, Kim.
I have not done those, and I want to. So,
I have a friend that has been in many car accidents, motorcycle. His nickname is Harley. Okay.
I think we know where we're going with that, but I love that.
Harley has metal rods in
that
his
name.
back and stuff like that, but it's that a lot of it's from his job. He was a millwright for GM for years, and so he has a lot of pain issues, and that's where, he's a great person to talk to for, you just.
I can't wait to.
CBD, he's got all that stuff.
I am going to be contacting him. I've just been trying to get through all my stuff, and eventually
stocking Cheetos.
That's right.
You know what's funny? Every time I buy Cheetos at the grocery store, I seldom go to the grocery store. I have my groceries delivered all the time.
Me too.
Away from people. I don't want COVID. Thank you.
I just don't care to be out in crowds to shop. I don't like food shopping. I don't like food shopping.
I never have been a food shopper.
I let my husband do it.
Ever since I've was a little girl, if I get the flu or I get something, I would crave Cheetos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
those
funny.
are tasty.
So then when they started calling that 45 guy
Mr.
ruined Cheeto Man, I was like, no!
I can no longer eat the Cheeto.
So I didn't buy them very often, but when I did, I made sure I got the family size bag.
My family, we love them too. And you get the orange fingers.
Yes, in your mouth.
Yeah.
And the cats love them too, but they just like to lick the cheese off.
That's right.
Until they get all soggy.
It's really true. And Nancy says, I have my gummies. Helps with my pain. Yeah.
Amen.
They really do. And they taste good.
Let me grab my gummies.
She says, gummies don't do a thing for me. It takes a lot to I understand you, Kim.
My gummies would, but I make my gummies from a distillate. I don't make my gummies like commercial. From something that you would buy at a dispensary. I have a friend it's 85% THC. It makes really potent gummies.
That's what I need because otherwise I feel nothing.
But these are the ones that I buy.
Lava.
But see, it's got CBG, THC.
That's what I like.
Delta
I like
8, Delta 9, and CBD. And it's a cartridge. Oh, I'm sorry. They come in cartridges too, but this is gummies. Mm-hmm. And I cut my gummies up into 4, and it only takes a quarter of one.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I need. Out for 8 hours. Yeah, Delta 8 will do that to you. And Delta 8 comes from hemp.
That's what I'm smoking right here with this vape. There's no THC. This is just the
Cool.
terps. This is, it's a bionoid.
Cool.
And it's really good. It tastes like cherries.
Mm.
And it has like Delta 8 and that kind of stuff in it, but they flavor it. It's really nice. Yeah, and if you used to smoke cigarettes, like I used to.
Like I do.
When I quit many years
From
ago.
time to time, depends on whether I drink alcohol or not.
Well, that's understandable. Well, if you can keep it, see, I would smoke too much, and that was really bad for me, so I can't do it. But some people can, and they can enjoy it.
Yep, Delta 10. I didn't know that existed. That's cool.
I'm going to check that out, Rachel.
I'm going to look for some of that.
Me too.
I'll see if my dispensary delivers.
Same.
And the manager of the delivery department is my buddy. He's always, how's your plant, Katie?
Need anything? That's so nice.
He's such a cool. Everybody, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of unusual people in the marijuana business. You're going to find good people and really disgusting people.
True. Hashtag fact.
The really disgusting people don't stay in business very long because they don't understand the American business model. They only understand selling drugs on the street.
So they have thuggery.
Which is, baby, you take what I got or fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You take what I got for the price I'm offering it to you, or you move on down the street. Well,
yeah.
Okay, there's 50. I mean, they have a smoke shop that's 4 blocks from me now. I just noticed it the other day when I went to get my booster shot. I was like, what? It's all THC, but it's all Delta 8, 10 and all that stuff. And so I'm going, oh my God, I can walk here. And I can walk through the neighborhood.
And you can walk back because you'll be, yeah.
Yeah. So then I have my plant growing in the bed. Yeah. And whenever you're ready to learn how to grow, I will help you.
That is what I'm going to be doing.
The main thing that you have to remember is you're growing a weed, gang. These guys, I get so tickled at these guys on YouTube that are real serious about it. They're the amateur growers. They're not the guys that are growing it for patients.
Mm.
And they're all, what was your parts per million on your water? And what
they nerd out.
They get all into the nitty gritty. How much?
Some people really enjoy that.
You use and all that. And I'm going, I had some leaves on just a green cabbage that was starting to go bad. So I pulled those leaves off, chopped them all up with some banana peel, tossed them in a 3-gallon bucket with some water, a handful of white sugar, and let it bubble for about a week. And in that amount of time, and phytoplankton. I poured some phytoplankton in there. The phytoplankton multiplied, made more. And we ended up with microbes and mycelium, and that's what you want. Because it's truly what your plants, any plant, feeds off of, the microbes, not the actual nutrients, because your plant can't break down the nutrient. It needs the microbe to break down that mineral.
Wow, that's fascinating. Of course.
So what you're doing, the best thing that I like about learning how to grow marijuana was I'm learning how to heal Gaia, because if we can heal the dirt and make it soil again.
Yes.
The connection's made, because that's how the trees, the plants, and everything all communicate, is through mycelium, which is a microbe.
That's right. There's actually a study on trees communicating and sending through this, and mushrooms, right, as well, yes. I think.
Mushrooms have to have mycelium to grow. They won't.
And I didn't know this. This is just little bits and shit that I remember. Because I'm looking to you to educate me, because you've been there. So it's like, sis, talk.
I've been there for a lot of years. I've had my moments, I tell you. I started smoking marijuana, I think I was 17 years old, in 1975, with Sensibilia from Humboldt County, California. That's some of the best stuff you could get in the United States.
Yes. That's what I smoke.
We got it from a professor who taught at Humboldt State University.
It's so California. I love it. It's so
And
NorCal.
we lived in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Now, to drive from Arcata to Klamath Falls, the road is very crooked because it follows the river. Well, it crosses the state line 3 times. Each time you cross the state line, it's a felony when you're carrying more than an ounce of weed. We had it found.
Whoopsie doodle. How did that happen?
College, have fun and sell it to our friends. Oh, those days, wild and stupid when you're 18, 19, and 12.
Oh, yes. I totally identify with that. It's like, I'm lucky I'm still here. You know what? I might be broken in half, but I'm still here. But this shows you. It's
like I'm listening to some of these Karens out there going off on people, and I'm going, honey, but by the grace of God, honey, you going to slap your ass.
For real.
People don't realize it. You call it karma, they call you woo-woo and you're woke. They don't want to hear you. But, yeah.
Yeah, we're crazy.
You call it any other. You put it as though, well, Jesus is going to you're going to have your come to Jesus moment. Yeah. They get it.
Mm-hmm. You got to speak in their lingo.
Yep. Well, that's because I come from them. Yeah. My family are all fundamentalist Southern Baptist.
Well, mine were like just basic Midwest typical people. And, I'm amazed that my dad became an artist because he came from a farm family, and his dad came from a farm family and became a house painter. But, when my dad went to go join the military so that he could afford to go to art school, as there was no money. His family thought he was cuckoo.
Yeah.
And thought, why don't you go work in the factory, Jack?
You need a real job.
Yeah. An artist, Jack. Real job. And my dad is a fantastic painter, printmaker, a wonderful, wonderful artist.
Yeah, I got told that too. My dad wanted me to go in the medical field because art was a hobby. You guys have seen my paintings. Art's a hobby. You can never support yourself with that.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen my paintings. I think I can support myself with that fine. I have.
Good for you. I haven't seen your paintings yet, but I want to.
One of my midweek minis. I think I showed like 20 of them.
Great, then I can just hop on there and take a look.
Down there. And Sharon, he did it 3 months ago? Is that when he left?
Oh, yeah.
To plants? Because if he did, all you're doing, it depends on, you're not hurting a thing. Just water them. You don't need to do anything to them. Just water them. Watch for bugs.
And mold. Air. They have to have air if you water them.
Yeah, they have to have air circulation. So if you can get a fan around them, that's like my evaporative cooler is 3.5, 4 foot tall.
Oh, really?
And it's this big square. It's a swamp cooler. It's got a big 7-liter tub in it that you fill with water, and it's got these freezer packs that you can freeze, and it makes it even colder. So, wow. But you want to keep your temperatures and humidity as consistent as possible day and night. And here, that's really hard to do when your air conditioner comes on when it gets too hot, and it stays on until it gets too cold, then it turns off. So
you're getting this roller coaster of temperature,
the moisture. Plant, that will make a female plant become a hermaphrodite, and she'll get a flower on them, pollinate herself, and you'll get seeds instead of marijuana to smoke.
That's not good.
And they're not even seeds you can grow because you'll get more hermaphrodite plants.
Yeah, you got to pull those out real quick.
How long have they been in the ground, Sharon? You just put them in a greenhouse, you're good. So you should be good there. Unless it gets too hot in the greenhouse. I wouldn't let it get it much more over pardon me, 185. Yeah. Don't let it get over 85 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm no good with Celsius. I'm sorry, my love.
She'll figure it out. She'll figure it out.
She's the teacher. She knows.
She says, I can't control the temperature. Well, chances are, I mean, it's a pretty hardy.
It's a weed.
So
It's a weed.
I don't think he would leave it with you if he thought you were going to kill him, you know?
And he probably didn't care if he did anyway.
Aw.
Or he wouldn't have left him. Just like me right now, last thing I'm doing is leaving my house and going anywhere, like just for overnight. Somebody break into my house and steal that.
They're going to be good.
One of the buds is just about as wide as my hand, the palm of my hand. Well,
oh
here.
My goodness, that's huge.
I got a picture. I'll show you.
Yeah, please do.
Helps if you get in where the pictures are.
Yes.
So yeah, my mom fell and hit her head. And while I was with her in the hospital, I had 3 different doctors tell me, you should try marijuana. I told them I have fibromyalgia, and that's why my mom was in someone else's care. And they were like, you should try marijuana. I hear it's great for fibro. I was like, okay, I'll do it.
Oh, twist my arm. Make me take
it. Ow.
Yeah.
Make me legal, please. Here, where's a good one?
Hey, greeter TK.
I don't have my one with my hand up with it. Wait, there's one here.
And Silver Star, I hope you enjoy your Epsom bath salt bomb bath. Oh my goodness, look at that pretty baby.
And it goes way down into that dark space down in there. It's on 8 inches long.
It is beautiful. And
the thing is, I don't want it that green anymore.
You're wanting it. You were saying it has to go to a kind of a, what kind of a yellow? Kind of like a golden deep amber, or
the color of the light green in your background.
Ah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I see it. Oh yeah, and then I can see the little. Yeah, it's really hard when you see them looking frosty like that, and they get those little crystals.
And there are all those down inside there. It's loaded all the way down in the belly of the beast.
And this strain is the.
This strain is called Pregnant Hooker.
We did not come up with this name.
No. I'll tell you how it got its name. The guy, when he created it by accident. It was a plant that got accidentally cross-pollinated. So I thought, what the hell, a planet, let's see what we get. And it grew really leggy and, spindly. And he was like, yeah, well, it looks like that plant's about as useless as a pregnant hooker. And then he put it into flower and it exploded into these giant buds. And he went, okay, I guess I'm naming this one Pregnant Hooker.
That
a pregnant hooker.
That is a great name.
It's so funny.
It is so weird, but so funny.
It's a cross between bubblegum.
I like bubblegum when it smells nice.
Leroy, and I think it's like 3 different crosses. Wow. But it smells like bubblegum and pine pitch or pine needles. Not pine sol.
Right, like
the real deal, not the fake stuff.
Right, yeah. A pine-like smell.
Smells so good. And in the evenings, lately I've been leaving my window open because it's been so hot. Well, in the evenings now I've been having to close my window because it's off-gassing. It's getting to the point where it's getting finished. So what that means, guys, is it puts off, like any other flower. You'll notice when you go through a garden, if you go through a garden as the sun has set, just after the sun sets and the temperature drops.
Yes.
Roses and everything will be a lot stronger.
Yes.
That's when they're pollinating. So marijuana does the same thing. So if you don't want someone to smell the skunk that's growing in your bathroom,
if you're hiding a skunk in your bathroom,
you can get the equipment that you can buy and stuff to do this. You can do it in a closet. I'm doing it in a a bathroom that is a toilet, and the space between the toilet and the sink is just enough for your knees to fit in there. That's where the plant goes, is in that space right there.
It has its own little.
That's the only place I got to put it. You know, I lined the whole, because it's a closet, it's real small. So I lined the whole thing with Mylar emergency blankets. I got them like 10 of them for $9 or something like that. They're really, they tear really easy, but I got a whole box of them.
You can just slip another one up, right? That's
Exactly.
amazing. So that acts to insulate and control that little room temperature.
It actually turns it into the house of mirrors. It reflects light every which direction. So light gets in the dark spaces in the plant and everywhere.
Oh my word. That's so fascinating. I had no idea. And let's see.
Yeah, Jake. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. My husband,
think about that.
My husband doesn't, he doesn't, but the rest of us do in this house. So what I do is I like to have the window open anyway. Like, I'm the weirdo that's like, I'm going to put on my heating wrap and then I'm going to open my skylight because I like fresh air.
Yeah.
And I don't want my house all smoky and smelling like that. If somebody comes in, I don't want it all smoky. And yeah, I like it to air out. And I do like to be considerate as much as I can.
I have 2 Maine Coon cats, 2 half Maine Coon cats. They're litter box. I air my house out a lot, gang.
You do.
They have big litter for the litter boxes. My boy Kitty weighs 27 pounds.
Oh, wow. And my girl, I don't think she's a Maine Coon. I think she's some like maybe Siberian, but she's got the snowshoes. Mm-hmm. She's got the snowshoes because you know how the Maine Coon has a certain face.
Oh yeah, they got the broad nose.
Yeah, they have a certain look. She doesn't quite have that look. She could be mixed, but I don't think it's Maine Coon. I really think it's probably Siberian. But anyways,
I know a lot of people who can't smoke pot. It's like any other medication. You can't. Not everyone can take it, and not everyone should take it. I'm just the old hippie girl who started it in 1975. I joined NORML to fight to get it legal.
Yes, I did too. But not in 1975 because I was only.
I believe it was the
6
first
or 7
year that they were doing a membership drive. I was like, "Where do I sign?"
I did that.
I joined them and Greenpeace on the same day.
Woohoo!
Like I said, I'm an old hippie girl.
That's the best kind. The best kind. And Dora is saying, my landlady downstairs smokes. Sometimes it makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
Girlfriend should get a fan.
I would be going, tap, 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 tap.
Can you open a window?
No, I would be going, when I have some, I'll come share. Tap, 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 tap. Will make you nauseous if you smoke it with her.
Rachel says she was in NORML too. Yeah, I did that. I remember that. I forgot all about it until you brought it up. She's Strawberry Rhubarb. Sharon says, my lovely Merlin just goes outside. I had one of my kitty cats. I had a calico cat that did that. It was great. Didn't have to deal with the cat box.
Well, the universe brought me a kitty back in January. I had a problem. Oh, and I still have it, but it's not as bad. I have a problem with mice in my grow room.
Ooh, little devils.
I won't use regular mouse traps because I won't kill a mouse. Like, it's gross. I don't want to let go one, no.
No.
Nature. I want to handle a dead mouse. Thank you. So I get the live traps. So they're in there eating rice.
Oh, hello.
So I go and I take it outside and I let it go. Well, we had this vicious cycle. And finally I went, you know what, universe? Is this like a sign I'm not supposed to grow marijuana anymore? Because this is too expensive. I can't do this. They start eating on the plant. I can't have that. And 2 days later, this little kitty showed up on my windowsill talking to my male cat. And I'm like, what a cute little kitty. So I'm loving on this kitty. She's real, real sweet. Turns out somebody dumped her.
Oh,
she is now my kitty and the best mouser I've ever seen.
She was meant for you.
The universe brought her to me. And I've tried to bring her in. And she totally flips out. I mean, loses it. I had her in the bedroom with the 2 other cats. All of us were in the bedroom. I thought, small space. She can get, big cat, small space. They'll get a little more used to each other. No.
No, some are very territorial and it's just not going to work.
Yeah, and it wasn't my cats that were the problem. They were like, oh, you're a pipsqueak. All they want to do is lay around and sleep. They're typical gentle giants.
Cats.
Yeah. They just they're 13 years old too.
Yeah.
Maybe a year. I know she's fixed because she would have had a litter of kittens by now. I mean, this was January. So I know she's fixed. So someone loved her somewhere. But if you do stuff she doesn't want you to do, she'll bite you.
That sounds like Bear.
She's sassy. I love it. She's sassy. That's my Misty Gray.
That's what I call Bear. I tell you, you're getting sassy frass. That's what I say to her. That's funny because she does the same thing. She play bites, and sometimes she'll play bite you kind of hard.
Did she not play biting? And I have chemo skin too, so it scratches really easy. It's just really thin. I get these funny red marks, which today I don't have any.
Yay!
Not very seldom. They look like big blood blisters.
Do they?
Yeah, and it's just
weird.
Just plasma underneath the layers of skin.
Oh wow!
It aged my skin 10 years. Chemotherapy did.
Damn. I hope that they can replace that.
Jake was saying that marijuana makes him paranoid, and that he'll just stick to his vodka.
Yeah.
You might try an edible.
Like a quarter of an edible.
Yeah, like I do. I just take an edible and I cut it in quarters, and then I eat a quarter of it, and I'm just using that for pain to go to sleep at night.
See, but Jake, who wants to be serious and stern? I do that as a mom, like friggin' 24 hours. I want to be stupid. I do.
I'm too Russian.
I am too Russian. I am too serious.
You ever see the version
You're so
of the
passionate.
Beatles song Revolution that was made in Moscow?
No, I don't
That
think
is
so.
an awesome video. I think it's still on YouTube.
Which one is it? Which song?
It's Revolution.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go look now that you said it. And then they filmed it.
Revolution, and it's in Moscow live.
That's so
And
groovy.
people are losing their freaking heads.
Oh,
And it's
just
back in the 1980s.
thank you, Sharon. Just a little something for my MJ fund. Hey, no kidding, because this is what I got left. This is where I'm at now. So
girl.
I need to get some tonight.
I've gotten one, but I haven't been around a year yet. The 31st of July is my 1 year.
Your 1 year mark on your channel?
Yep. I have 800. I have 85 videos. God, I don't have 800 videos.
I was gonna say, girl, you've been
85.
have you slept?
Yeah, I have 85 videos though.
That's good. That's good though.
Yeah. Considering I never planned on doing it at all. Spirit told me I was doing it.
Yeah, they like to do that to me too. And I'm like, well, okay.
And I argued with them for a year.
Same. I've been shown that in the cards that I am just like a boxer and I need to stop it and surrender because I'm getting in my own, really seriously getting in my own way.
Me too. Get out of your own fucking way, Katie.
Right? Yeah, stop it. And then so now I'm like, okay, you know what, Maya? You're time out for you, Maya.
Yeah, things start going good for me. I get scared.
Yeah. Oh, how can I sabotage that?
It was like,
No.
I'm not worthy of this good stuff.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I think I'm finally getting convinced now that I actually deserve some of these good things. You know,
I think that's the guilt upbringing.
It is.
Because when you're a Midwesterner, yeah, you're raised with the guilt thing. Oh, Baptists
and shame. Guilt
Baptists and Catholics, Mormons, and Jews are bad at guilt. Oh my God, you're going to go to hell. You're going to fire and burn stone. If you're
nobody loves you anymore.
Oh, and you don't want to be kicked out
White
of the church
people.
then you won't have any friends.
It's like, yeah, I never did have any friends back there really anyway.
My friends
So
weren't in the church anyway.
no, none of mine.
The church friends would have gotten me in a lot worse trouble.
They for real. I remember
The pastor's kid. Yeah.
they are some of the most crazy.
Well, when you have really strict parents, it kind of makes you tend to rebel.
Makes you go a little nuts. Absolutely. I certainly would. I mean, I can't imagine that. I mean, it was my dad and mom were pretty strict as it was, but they were not killjoys like
My mom and dad liked to have a good time, so it depended on what I was doing. If I was skipping school,
yeah,
my
no,
dad
that's
was
not
all,
a good
I was
idea.
wondering when you're going to do that. Did you have a good time? And I never got in trouble when I skipped school. He never got after me for skipping school.
He had a great
I only
dad.
did it like twice. I was a good kid. And then, I went skinny dipping one time. I was 16. And when I was 16, I looked like I was 21. And I'm skinny dipping, and it's up here in Arizona in the White Mountains, and it's Apache Indian Reservation. There's nothing up there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a bear.
Yeah.
Or two. Well, of course, while my cousin and I are up there swimming without any clothes on.
Because that's fun.
This helicopter flies over.
That happened to us in Colorado.
On the bank. And my mom goes, Katie, where was your bathing suit? I'm going, it was on the rocks on the side of the bank by the guy. And she's like, Katie. And my dad says, did you enjoy yourself?
Right on, Dad. High five, Daddy-o.
Yeah, Daddy, I enjoyed myself, but I couldn't get out of the water for a really long time. We were both stuck in the water up to here.
Oh my God.
We didn't have our clothes on. It was so funny.
Were your lips blue?
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's a beautiful part of Arizona, the White Mountains of Arizona. That's all a part of the Mogollon Rim. Oh, I love to listen to people on YouTube try to pronounce that word because it's spelled M-O-G. Wait, I'm going to misspell it. M-O-G-I-L-L-I-O-N. Mogollon is how it's spelled. And it's pronounced Mogollon.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would never get that. I would never get that.
But it's Native American.
Hi, Sherry.
Another one of our lovely Native American terms.
Beautiful languages.
Hey, Sherry, my partner. Our partner. That was so much fun.
That was fun. I'd never played that game before. Now, at least I know how to play it, and
I'll do it anytime. That was a blast. It was so fun. We lost so bad.
I don't mind. I'm a good sport, you know.
Oh yeah, I've been to the U of A Observatory.
Oh,
I used to go there on Friday nights, every Friday.
What's
Pink
there?
Floyd light show.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Every Friday at the Flanderau Planetarium at the U of A Observatory. Now there's an observatory on Mount Lemmon, but probably the one you're thinking about, Jake, is going to be the one on Kitt Peak, which there is a major sun observatory there where they study the sun. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I got three big observatories here between Flagstaff, Phoenix, and Kitt Peak, or Flagstaff, Tucson, and Kitt Peak. Big ones. Up by Flagstaff, that's where Craters of the Moon is. That's a national monument. That is it's a big
crater, right?
Crater. And that's where they trained the astronauts to be on the moon.
I didn't know that.
Arizona.
Now, it's funny because I knew about some of the places there, but I didn't know, like you said, that's where they're training, in this crater. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's really interesting.
That's where they train all the lunar landers and all those, like the ones that are on Mars and stuff.
Why does the Vatican have a telescope? I just want to know.
That's what I've always wondered. Why do they need a telescope? Why did the Vatican has a huge vault of all kinds of mega secrets too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's their bank vault, basically.
Well, they're the reason why why churches don't have to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So that the Catholic Church doesn't have to pay taxes.
Very, very
pay taxes in any other country.
I agree.
That I know of, anyway.
Sherry says she had a blast.
That was fun. That was so fun. Oh my
was.
gosh. And the sillier you are, the more fun it is.
It really, it was. And it's funny because at one point, I think Renee said, Maya, stop talking. I wasn't even talking. I'm like, I'm not talking. It was funny. Let's see.
29th is your birthday.
Yes.
Celebrate my birthday, which is actually June 3rd. Okay. Cool, Sherry. You bet.
Yes, definitely.
We'll be there.
And Vixen Doe says, visiting a residential school on the Navajo reservation soured me on most of Christianity. Yes, ditto.
Man, I grew up on the Klamath Indian Reservation in Klamath Falls, Oregon.
And just knowing what they did, and I've got friends that live on the Acoma Pueblo in Acoma, and yeah, it really, when you see it and you understand. Yes.
Here's what they did to the Klamath Indians. Now, this is really strange. And I am born in Flagstaff. I am used to living around the Hopi, Navajo, Havasupai, and the Zuni. Mm-hmm. So I get Native American ways. Mm-hmm. The Klamath Indians sold their reservation back to the federal government because the federal government, the Forest Service, wanted the trees. So when you turn 18 years old, you got paid $100,000 or the equivalence of whatever percentage you were of the tribe. So, you're a quarter Klamath Indian, then you got a quarter of that $100,000. You got $25,000.
So then you've got blood quantum, which is also bullshit. At
18 years old, you got that money. At 8, what the fuck do you do with $100,000 at 18 years old?
Nothing probably that you should be doing.
Wild as hell party. You blow the money, end up in jail.
Or someone knocks you over the head to take it.
Yeah, well, they all got it. So most everybody of color got this money at 18 years old, and they just went ape shit. And it ruined their lives.
Yeah.
Well, now they've made a new treaty. And now, so that they can have their casinos and everything, because they got the reservation back. But that would just so the Forest Service could sell the damn trees on the land.
That's so gross.
They destroyed several generations.
Oh,
of their life and their lifestyle.
That's just awful. Awful.
And my great grandfather here in Arizona was an Indian fighter. So I have mega guilt there. I healed that. I actually healed that.
Yeah. And that's not, and that's not you. He was him. You are you.
But it is my DNA. It's in my DNA.
I understand that.
And so it did make me feel guilty. I felt guilty because my DNA was involved in genocide and that. So when at Standing Rock, when the vet
was going down,
that group went to the chief, to the elder, and got down on his hands and knees and asked for forgiveness.
Oh yeah, that was
it on Facebook, and I did the same thing. Asked for forgiveness for my ancestors too, and I bawled like a freaking baby when the chief put his hand on the soldier's head and said, "I forgive you, son."
Oh yeah,
like,
I think
what? I was like, I'm just dropping all my equipment here. Okay,
that's okay.
Whoop, and then I fall off the chair.
Just don't land. Don't land too hard.
Water up another one.
Yeah, clearly she has not had enough yet. Let's give her some more.
Yeah, I do make my own homemade wine.
Oh, you do? What do you make it out of? What do you ferment?
I make it out of any kind of fruit juice you can buy at the grocery store.
Now, are we talking Pruno, girl? What are you making?
We're talking Pawpaw. YouTube has a guy named Pawpaw. Pawpaw's wine. It is the simplest wine you'd ever want to make. It makes itself in 30 days, and it's like liqueur. It's so strong. I have put it on vanilla ice cream. It's really good on vanilla ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's super sweet and it's syrupy. And yeah, you just need I can't remember, just a regular bottle of like apple juice, Welch's grape juice. Let's just say you buy a bottle of Welch's grape juice. You
Okay.
pour 2.5 cups out of it. Hold that aside. You pour 1.5 cups of sugar and 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. You put the lid on it and you shake it until it totally dissolves. And then you take the lid and loosen it so that it catches, but it'll move up and down because it's going to gas off carbon dioxide as it makes.
Builds.
The yeast is eating the sugar.
That's right.
So, and the byproduct is alcohol. Then you put it in a dark area for 30 days. Don't touch it. Don't go near it. Forget about it. 30 days. If it's not bubbling anymore at the top and there's sediment at the bottom, you've got wine.
Oh my God.
That easy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That
I
is
found it on YouTube. Pawpaw, Pawpaw, Pawpaw's Wine. If you do a search for that, you'll find it.
Yes, she says, cool. I'll be posting to Deanne's ad. She made my Facebook and Twitter page, Instagram. Yes.
Cool.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be there too on her birthday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. I don't do Facebook and Twitter. I told them to go bye-bye.
I did up to a point. The only reason I went back for Facebook is simply for like my crime cases because there's so many people that use Facebook. That's the only reason.
Yeah. Well, Zuckerberg doesn't want me, so, and it's pretty mutual. I made a lot of stink during Standing Rock. A lot of stink. They kicked me off of Facebook twice.
Really?
Yeah. But yet at the same time, people were being recruited for ISIS.
Yeah, you know,
I finally deleted my account. They wanted to know why. I said, well, why, if I would ever come back. And I said, yeah, I'll come back once Zuckerberg doesn't own it anymore.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
You get him out of there. I'll consider coming back, but nah. I used to have, what was the requirement for school to get my master's? I was on Twitter, Tumblr, Snapchat, Facebook.
It's just too hard to keep them all
YouTube.
up.
And we only used YouTube to make videos for school. We didn't like have a YouTube channel.
Oh.
He's creepy. He's always got that deer in the headlights look. All I got to say is that the dude don't do a lot of methamphetamine. For entertainment purposes only.
Only.
If he doesn't
that
do a
reminds
lot of methamphetamines, I would be very surprised. I've known a lot of people with that look in their eyes. Hi, how you doing today?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. That's a doodle pee. That's a doodle card. I was cleaning my brush.
I like that.
Yeah. Doing that like, yeah.
I agree. He does look kind of
agrees.
Alert. Let's just put it that way.
It's like his wife puts a bowl on his head to cut his hair. Save on that haircut, boy. You can afford a $200 haircut.
And he still looks like he's 12.
I know it still looks like he did when he was being played by Justin Timberlake.
Oh my God!
That show?
Yes.
The movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never impressed me. Neither does Musk, but that's okay.
No, same. And I have to read on
neither
Musk.
one of them would be anything without stealing.
Exactly.
Zuckerberg stole Facebook from
other people
that originally wrote it.
Right.
And Elon Musk steals money from the government all the time because he's constantly getting subsidies for his new ideas that drive up his stock prices. And then he never does his new ideas, but he sure does get that government money and the stock price increase, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. That's so cute. Silver Star says, got all sidetracked listening to you both. Laughing out loud. Thank you, by the way. Love hanging with you all. Maya, Katie, appreciate you holding space for us all. Good company. Thank you. You guys make the good company too. And I hope that you're in your bathtub and floating sweetly and enjoy that spiritual bath, because I really enjoyed my shower today. I did. It was like,
yeah, I did too. I did too, and it's the first shower of the year that I didn't have to add hot water to it because the water, tap
Was
water,
so dang warm.
Was warm enough. It felt good.
Yeah, I forgot about that. There's days that get actually so warm that, it's rare here, but it's not, it's becoming a little bit more.
Yeah, more prominent.
Yeah. But yeah, that thing where when you go to take a shower in the summer and it's like, it's going to be very tepid water because I do not want to sweat while I'm washing myself.
Well, that's what I always hate here in during monsoon season. You take a shower, and it doesn't matter whether you take it in the morning. Well, most people during monsoon, you shower when you get up, and then you shower when you go just before you go to bed because you're so sticky from sweating all day that you get out of the shower and you towel dry off, and then you need another towel to dry off the sweat after you towel dried off your water. I hate the summers here.
That reminds me of Missouri. I just remember that, and it was like, okay, thank God there was AC.
Only thing good about the summers here are the lightning storms.
You do have beautiful lightning storms. They are amazing.
Oh, they get dramatic and intense. I love the lightning here.
I see. I like it, but for me, I always had associated it with tornadoes because unfortunately I grew up in Tornado Alley and I hated tornadoes.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I watched lightning hit the house across the street. So now I used to always be the one that was at the window watching the lightning, watching the storm. Not anymore. Not after that.
Our house got hit by lightning. We had a house
that
up
was
on
pretty
the hill.
Strange because it hit their swamp cooler up on the roof.
Ooh.
And it traveled down the electrical line to their switch box.
That's right.
And because swamp coolers also have a water line to them, so they can drip water onto the pads to evaporate to make cool air.
Okay.
We traveled down the water line and cracked a toilet in their house.
Holy smokes. Ours just blew out the TV. It went down, it hit the chimney, and then it picked up on the aerial that was in the up the attic. And it went down the line, blew out my dad's television, which was his god. So that was, sorry, Dad.
My dad was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
we only watched what Daddy picked.
My dad got his, that was his deal. He liked to get his television after work and just, chill out. And, I have to say that's probably when I got up to the most mischief because I knew that when he's going to be in there, he did not want to know. He did not want to be bothered. So,
you know what?
I
don't do well in an Arizona summer, and I've lived in Tucson since 1985. I was born in Flagstaff in 1958.
You are an Arizona baby.
I'm a native. But I grew up in the National Park Service, so I didn't grow up here. We left here when I was 5. We left the Grand Canyon when I was 5.
And both of your parents, they were in the Park Service?
My father was administrative, and he was an administrative assistant in the National Park Service. My mother was a homemaker until I got in the 6th grade, and then she went to working in the kitchens at school and served me my lunch every day.
I love that. I'm like, Mom.
And then she decided that was too hard of work and it was hot work, so she got a job at a fabric store. Ended up being the assistant manager of the fabric store.
Good for her.
But yeah, that's what my parents always did. So they weren't. No, I wouldn't even classify them as middle class. Not even lower middle class.
Working.
Yeah, good working class people. And I never wanted for anything. Everything I always wanted, they always made sure I had. They did without a lot of stuff, I'm sure. But, I wanted a particular doll for Christmas or whatever. I always got it.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
I do have one brother.
I have one brother.
He's my half brother. And I went to his high school graduation at 4 months old. He's 17 years older than I am.
That is literally a big brother.
Definitely. He could have been my daddy.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
And are you guys close or,
We used to be. We aren't anymore.
That's a shame.
As my mother aged, he was more concerned about what he was going to inherit than he was about Mom. And what's the funny thing is, we were lower middle class. There wasn't anything to inherit. You ever try to buy diapers and boost and insure and all that kind of stuff for an elderly person?
It's not cheap to be ill or disabled or elderly if you
Right.
require these
And I
things.
got accused of stealing my mother's money.
That is terrible.
We lived, she and I together, got $1,300 a month, and my brother couldn't figure out why that wasn't more than enough money to survive off of.
And I'm sure he
2
didn't
people
survive off of
on
that.
$1,300 a month. I'd like to see him do that. He can't do that in one weekend.
That's awesome. That is awful.
Yeah. It ended up him and a cousin had my mother removed from my care.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because they thought I was stealing her money.
Why is that always the way? And then when they get in charge of that person, then the care goes.
There was no care. They came in like a hurricane, blew up our lives, had my mom put in a home, and then abandoned her. And I was told I couldn't by the state. I was found that I supposedly neglected her and was no longer had a say in her care.
Unbelievable. And they didn't bother
And
to.
they're the ones, they never even went to see her twice a year.
Mm,
And I saw her every week, every time I could go. She was my best friend.
that's
But as
terrible.
it turns out, I had a little ace in the hole. My daddy made me the executor of their estate years and years ago. Signed the house and everything over to me then in 2004. So my brother never had anything to get anyway. My dad disinherited him that long beforehand, and my brother never had any idea until after my mom died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Bam.
So go ahead and disown me, you asshole. I'll just keep quiet and let daddy's plans fall into place.
That's right.
In the process, I lost 120 pounds, but because the stress, but hey.
I lost probably 50 pounds through sheer just stress. So
Yeah.
I hear you.
And you can eat. You can eat and you can drink and it burns right off.
It's true. You can't get it to stick on you for love nor money.
The right doesn't want gun control? No.
Mm-mm. And there's been another shooting.
Yeah, in Buffalo.
Another one.
Another one since Buffalo?
Yeah, another mass shooting at a church
yesterday,
in Northern California.
Someone in a chat said yesterday, why is it that these shootings are all happening in red states? And I went, first of all, they're not all just in red states, and they aren't just happening just now. Gabrielle Giffords was shot with 8 other people here in Tucson, Arizona in 2009.
Yeah, at least we forget that. And there's also, you know,
that's why her husband, Mark Kelly, is our senator. We love him, unlike his cohort, that blonde Barbie.
Oh, good Lord. Cuckoo Pachu. Yeah. She's, we'll just give her the thumbs down.
Yeah, that's not the finger I give her down, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're keeping it PG.
Oh, I get texts every once in a while from someone back east, because it's a 202 area code, so I know that's Washington. It's Washington, that's Maryland. So I giggle, and they're always wanting to call your senator and get them to vote, blah, 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 blah. And I answer them back, Kirsten Sinema. You want me to call Kirsten Sinema? And then I type in great big letters, stop. Quit sending me this shit. It's a waste of time. I'm not calling her for nothing. First of all, she won't answer the phone.
Yeah.
She won't talk to any of us. None of us. She only talks to business owners. That's it.
It's spinning your wheels. You got to put your support to like ejector. And
I've got to lie and say I own some business in some country somewhere else, and I'm going to give her a lot of money, and then she'll listen to me.
Yeah.
Hey, she started out in the Green Party. What can I say?
He's
about as far away from where she's at now as you can get. The Green Party.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jake is saying that he's if he ever has kids, he's going to homeschool them. I got to tell you, I'm so relieved that my kids are out of school, but it doesn't, it's still the scare now.
I wouldn't
With
send my kids to public school
I
now.
wouldn't either. I was just going to say I would do the same thing. I would not be sending them
No.
anymore. It's not a healthy environment, in my opinion.
And
It,
it's just not a safe environment. They can't,
mm-mm.
what are they going to do? Search your every kid's backpack when they come in and go out, every time they come in and go out? I mean, I remember what it was like to have a closed campus in high school. And then oh, you guys have been so good. We're going to open the campus. And then for lunches. And then they ended up having all kinds of problems. Yes, I hope Mark Kelly gets reelected. I love Mark Kelly. But I've talked to him in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He and I go to the same podiatrist.
Oh my God, that's funny, isn't it? Oh my
Of all
God.
doctors. Yeah,
Foot
we
doctor.
Yeah, I've talked to him in the elevator and I've talked to him in the waiting room. He's a very, very nice, very easy, personable person.
That's
But
wonderful.
at the time, I was just like, oh, in awe of him.
Yeah.
Commander of the space shuttle,
That's
just that
awesome.
alone. They had, when the Endeavour was coming in to go to Edwards Air Force Base to be parked, he had it fly over Tucson for Gabby. They were
Oh,
waiting up on the roof of the U of A the U of A Flandrau Planetarium for it. So he had it fly over, so it would fly over the university. Well, my mom and I are out in the backyard. I didn't know what day this was supposed to happen, wasn't paying much
sure.
attention, and I hear this really loud plane, which I don't pay attention to. This is a very big Air Force base here. We
Yes.
have the plane graveyard here. There's acres and acres and acres
Oh, that's
of
right.
airplanes that are stored for war
That's
here.
right, because it's arid and the
All they got to do is
machines,
whitewash them.
yeah, the machines stay in very good condition.
Yeah, they do. So it's a big base. It's a really big base. So I'm thinking, oh, yeah, that's another one of them. Hey, it's an F-10 flying too low again,
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm getting ready to cuss at it. And I look up and there's a freaking 747 with a space shuttle attached to it flying right over the top of my house.
And you're like going, what?
I'm shaking and I'm crying. And my mom's going, what? I'm going, Mom!
That is so
Going,
wicked cool.
oh my gosh. When it came out in the Weekly Reader that they were starting this space shuttle program and that they were going to piggyback on that 747, it was my dream to see that.
Oh, wow.
And look, it happened. So you guys, your dreams do come true
They do.
in
They
divine
do.
timing. If that would have happened to me as a little kid, it would have certainly not made me cry and shake and mean so much because that was the last flight of the space shuttle.
Yep.
There was no more. So yeah, I'm in Facebook going, you wouldn't believe I couldn't take a picture because you couldn't see it because I was shaking and crying. So
But sometimes we don't need to take a picture. Sometimes we just need to experience the moment too.
oh yeah. And sometimes I definitely learned this in school. Expressing with your words is so much more beautiful than just looking at it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to express with words things that people will overlook and not even know is there.
It's true. It's true. Jake Tay says, I've noticed Arizona is becoming more blue.
If you live in the cities, if you live in Phoenix and Tucson, yeah. If you live in
You go to the rural
Holbrook,
farm.
Safford, yeah, especially Safford, Thatcher, and Holbrook, they're LDS. Oh, those towns are predominantly LDS.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Arizona's large Mormon.
But it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Jeff's comes from Arizona City, hon. Remember him? The guy with Warren Jeffs?
Oh, God.
That's Arizona City, Arizona.
Ooh, Warren Jeffs. Oh, God, he's so gross.
But yeah,
Sicko.
that's those people. That's those people. They're here.
I guess my mind just attributed him to probably being in Utah, but that's right. Arizona is. I forgot about that. It is another
It's very,
area,
especially northern Arizona. I
especially
lived in
northern.
both
Oh.
states, so
Mm.
I lived in Bryce.
Utah's a beautiful state.
Yeah. Oh, I
What's
lived
it
at
like to live in?
Canyon. Bryce Canyon is gorgeous. All that red
Mm.
dirt.
Mm.
Oh, it's wonderful fun to get out of your clothes, though. When my
Ah,
problem, I was a little girl. It was my mom's problem. I didn't care.
that's right. She had to wash all that.
I collected rocks, and it's funny. I watch Jen's World, and she's always talking about her crystals and stuff. And I'm going, oh yeah. When I was a kid, my mom was always mad at me because she was always having to mend my pockets because they were always full of rocks. Because, oh, that's a pretty rock, and I'd stick it in my pocket.
I'm like that too.
Tomboy. I'm tomboy.
Yeah, I like doing that too. In Missouri, I would find fossils. Old fossils out in the land.
Yes, those are cool. Those are cool. I want to look for amylites. That's what I would like to go looking for.
Oh, amylite. Yes, it looked like that. But
it's like a nautilus. It's a snail.
Yeah. 5 Paces says, I believe that I saw a UFO fly over my house. It was very low. What did I see?
Did it make any noise? That's my question. Did it make any noise? Because a lot of times you won't hear anything.
Just making a spliff to smoke in the bath chair.
Darling, yes. Oh, I like king palms for that.
Those are good.
They're funny. Expensive though. Dang.
They are expensive.
Yeah, enough for 2 blunts for $5. Give me my just give me my papers and my roller.
For real.
But the thing I like about them though is they do have a filter in the other end in the king palm. There's a king palm, you guys.
Can you show them?
There's a king palm, and it has a filter in the bottom, just like a filtered cigarette. And it's made out of palm leaves. I bet we can't get these anymore because they're not selling palm oil.
Oh, that's right. My eyes are watering from that one.
Oh, I get you. I get your eyes going, and
it got me right in the sinuses. Hello, musical Neptunian. I'm glad that you stumbled onto this stream. Thank you. Hello and welcome. You are welcome. Glad to see you.
This is like my live chat. I like this. We just sit and visit.
I need it because after all the my guides were showing me that I needed to do that just to have more downtime because my energy, it just needs to decompress, and this is a good way to do it. Yeah, and chit chat, and people like that.
Well, and we're just being us and talking about our bullshit that we're going through, and that helps other people go through theirs.
Yeah, it really. I think I can certainly say that. A lot of people hold a lot of stuff in, and we've got families we try to be strong for, and sometimes it's just like, well, I need a little time for absolutely.
My last Wednesday live stream, I took the week off this week. I had a urinary tract infection, and it was like, I don't feel like it, so fuck it.
Yeah, that's me. I think I've got to ask my doctor because I think I still have one as well. It's just so annoying, but for me, they're chronic. They tend to come back chronically because I have to
spit all the time.
Well, because I have to cath, and it's anytime you have to cath, there's that exposure. Yeah, so I just cath intermittently, but it unfortunately, it just totally opens you up. And we're more prone as well because it's less distance.
We're more prone anyway.
Yeah, just from our shape.
And I have a real issue with it because I used to have borderline kidney disease. So
oh my God,
when I get a bladder infection, it goes immediately to a kidney infection. I don't get the little blood clots that you pass. I seldom get that.
Dang.
I go directly to run a fever and have cloudy urine.
And
kidney pain. Oh man,
that hurts. I was
Monday. I was like, nope, I'm not
No.
doing anything this week. So I took the week off.
That's good because that's definitely a sign that you need to rest and maybe even get antibiotics when it gets that bad.
Well,
Yee.
I thought about it. I've been taking when we went into lockdown, a
Mhm.
month before that, something told me I needed to start making elderberry syrup for
I
my immune
like
system.
elderberry. Does that
So
help
I
with
make
UTI?
elderberry syrup every 3 months. I make a new batch, and it makes 3 pints of the stuff, and you only use a tablespoon of it at a time.
And you
So it
just
lasts
mixing that in.
all winter, and it's so good.
It does. Elderberry is really yummy. I didn't realize it's so good for
I use
UTI.
astragalus root,
Hmm.
clove, the little cloves, whole cloves, cinnamon sticks, whole nutmeg,
Mm.
and 2 cups of elderberries. Yeah, 2 cups of elderberries and a cup of the astragalus root. And the astragalus root, I learned, does you no good at all unless you heat it. You have to boil it and make a tea or something out of it. And that
Because
stuff is nasty.
you have to
So, but
activate
yeah,
something in
it's
it.
heat activated. It's like if you're going to make gummies or brownies or something, you have to decarboxylate your marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
You have to heat your marijuana up first, which we never did before. We just put it in the fucking blender and go for it. But now they tell you need to heat it up to like 160 degrees and let it cool down, and it releases the THC.
Oh, that's
That's
amazing.
why you light it, to smoke it.
Of course, it releases
the heat
that
releases it.
the
That makes
combustible.
sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it's funny that I've never even thought about that. Yes, please hit the thumbs up if you would. Shall we take some questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. I have 3 decks of cards sitting here in front of me too.
All right. And
All with crystals on top of them ready to go.
All right. And what we'll try to do is like pull like 2 to 3, maybe 4 tops cards for each question if it needs. So let me just look for a moment because when I'm hosting, there's my deck. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let me just check that question. Okay. Hell yeah. All right. Just had to say that for you, Tammy. I just saw it. I was like, I have to say it in that voice. Jasmine has a question. Just need some clarity on their connection. This will help me a lot. Okay. What was that question, Jasmine? Oh, here we are. What are Edgar's, he's a Gemini, I guess, real intentions towards my brother, Michael, who is a Capricorn? They are friends, and I'm hearing so many rumors. Well, we can take a look. Everything is somebody's business, but
that's in a third party kind of a thing.
Yeah, I feel kind of.
I can tell you what my guides just said.
What's that?
I just told me not to tell you to not worry about it.
Yeah, I kind of got that too.
And,
but how about we?
That, does it make a difference if the rumors are true?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to ask the guides to give us a message for you regarding this concern, because that's the best.
Jake says, well, he's a Gemini. There's a red flag already.
Yeah.
What are Michael's and Edgar's?
Yeah, I mean, like if somebody's like going to use somebody that's different, I mean, I'll take a look, but we don't. Both of my kids are members of the LGBTQIA community, so if somebody is, so what?
Yeah,
it's nothing. But and if other people want to talk about it, they need to get something to do with their lives, because that's not cool.
I can tell you what I tell people that come to me when they're all worried, they're all upset because so-and-so is spreading rumors about me, or so-and-so has said this about me, or whatever. People don't always like my response. It's none of your fucking business what people say about you.
Yeah, it's really true.
You're
It's none
not
of your
in
business.
that conversation.
Yeah.
You're not a participant in the conversation. You may be the subject of the conversation, but you're not a part of that conversation, so it's not your conversation to be involved in. So forget about it. Wave at them and smile and walk on by. Because talk never hurt a soul. You know, it hurts reputations, but that's only if you care about your reputation. My other advice I give to people: when you worry about what someone is saying about you, people are going to talk. So give them something to talk about.
Might as well. That's the way I thought. They did that to me back in a small town where I grew up, and it's just like,
I wasn't good. National parks. I had 26 kids in my whole school at Crater Lake National Park.
Everybody knew your business. Everybody knew your business. It's hard. It's and Jasmine, I don't mean to be down on you at all. It's hard to be in small communities. But look, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. This is about independence and people being who they are, and being in an environment that may not allow them to express who they are. And I get the Five of Wands and the Princess of Cups. There might be some surprises, but you know that somebody's struggling here with the Five of Wands. And people, the bottom line is, this is nothing to worry about. People need to lighten up with that Princess of Cups. This is nothing for other people to get concerned about or, involved in.
It happens behind closed doors, none of their business.
If somebody is mistreating your brother and there is violence, however, with that Five of Wands, and I can't tell whether this is mock playing or fighting with the Five of Wands and the Two of Cups. There doesn't look to be any funny business, so to speak, or anything kind of romantic. I don't see it, but I think people are bored with the Four of Cups and need to get a hobby. Seriously. Seven of Wands, defend and speak up for your brother. If somebody is throwing these rumors around, tell them to go burn it, because tell them to stick it. I would say stand up for your Capricorn, which is right here. I know you can't hardly see my cards, but trust me, this king right here, you can kind of see him there. That's the Capricorn. That's your brother, Michael. And Michael needs support and encouragement to be who he is and to stand up for himself. I see the Seven of Wands. So if somebody is giving Michael a hard time for any reason whatsoever, I hope you knock their teeth in, because really, it's none of their damn business. And he is a strong person. He needs to, I see him being able to handle this issue, any kind of issues coming his way. Somebody's going to try, I think, and pick a fight with him. And it's immaturity. This is all immaturity is what I get. I think it's important for you to know that. And the Prince of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. People need to move the blank on with their own lives. And I see him also, this is funny to him with the Prince of Cups. It's a surprise. And there is a change. There's a movement forward, and it's funny. It's lighter spirit. There isn't all this fighting energy. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with this Edgar's, but with concern to your brother, all I can say is your brother needs to stand up to anyone, whether it's Edgar's or someone else, giving him any kind of crap. They need, this big message is people need to get a sense of damn humor. Lighten up. Yeah. And move on with the Wheel of Fortune, Prince of Wands, and the Five of Swords. This is being sneaky, and it's like small town gossip. I hate it.
My guides just said to me, Those people that are talking about them, have you seen their wives? I'm sorry. My guys have a really good sense of humor.
Mine do too.
My grandma. She's funny.
She is.
I'm using the, I'll have to look and see what they're called. I use them all every
I
day.
agree, Jake. I agree. Because if you're comfortable with who you are, you just don't care, right? You just don't care.
Yeah, exactly. That they're afraid that if a gay guy comes on to them, they might learn something that they don't want to know. Like it's something like it's a disease or something, and that's bullshit.
No, and if you're not interested, it's very simple. You say no thanks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want somebody
the same way as if a man comes on to me and I'm not interested, I'll say thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah.
And then you move on about it. You don't, oh my God.
people, but in smaller communities, you are the entertainment. I hate to say it.
Because there's nothing.
Because you're different. Because you're
Especially
different.
if you're at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Or the diner.
Exactly.
Or the steakhouse that's attached to the bar in the diner.
So I just say support your brother and stand up for him and tell people to mind their own damn business. He's fine and he can handle himself, but he would do with some kind support. So I do have that. Yeah, it's really true. Yeah, people can't even touch anymore. And oh my God. Yeah, right.
The cards that I got, let's get it closer for you. First card I got is Grace. They've got grace in their friendship. What their friendship is only matters to them. And that's the grace in it. That's the beauty in it, is that it is theirs. It is part of their journey, individual journeys. Now, they're probably not going to be friends forever, and their paths will veer off. And that's when it is the time to give it a fucking rest. Damn, I'm so sick of this. I am so sick of this. It's just like, when you can control who you fall in love with, that's when you can tell someone else who they should be with. Give it a rest and then take a rest, will you?
Definitely. That's what you tell him. That's what you tell him, honey. That's what you tell him, Jasmine.
Here you go.
Self-acceptance.
You support his self-acceptance. If he is interested in Edgar's, cool. Mm-hmm. Love is love. Love knows no gender. Mm-mm. So, like you said, he's going to need support. And no matter what.
Bye, Sharon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we go on to the next one?
Yes.
All right.
Have a good one, Sharon.
Yes. Okay. So, Jake Tay, does Spirit have a message for me? You're very welcome, Jake. Okay. I'm going to just dial in with the cards and I'll mute my mic.
No problem. I can't make noisy shuffling. My thumb won't let me.
Oh.
That's okay. There is support, whatever get here. I was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago, but Mr. DeJoy's delivery service is failing.
He just, when can we get rid of that guy? I know he's going to go.
Well, Biden's People's was approved, so we got a new board on the post office now. So it's only a matter of probably maybe a month.
Yay! Hooray!
I'm just guessing on the time, but
okay. Jake,
enjoy your daughter, Sharon, and thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much for all of you. And just remember, just put the thumbs up on your way out or in, please.
Oh, and subscribe to my channel.
Please. And it's in the description box.
Here.
Yes, it's in the description box, as always. I try to make sure. And if I miss sometimes, that's an oversight. But I try to make sure that the links to my guests are like
I do
right
have a
there.
link tree, so that helps.
Me too. I love that.
That's the greatest idea. I
It
kick myself for not thinking of it.
really, me too.
As I
Like
go
all in
for setting
one.
up my channel, I'm going, I can only put 5 of them here, but I need Patreon, buy me a cup,
Yeah, exactly.
6
Coffee.
or
What
7 of them, and I can only put 5. It's like, what the heck?
I know. That's what I did. It's like, oh, okay,
I'm
let's
using the
see.
Enchanted Map Deck
Ooh.
by Colette Baron Reed. I use it every Saturday.
Oh.
It's for my Saturday solutions. I'm throwing them on the floor in case you hadn't noticed.
I thought only I did that.
Oh.
Mine go flying. Last night when I was trying to read for myself, you should have seen the cards were flying and like I was looking ridiculous. They were flipping up in my face and I'm like, man, I look ridiculous.
That's one thing I'm not very good at. Sometimes I can read for myself and sometimes I can't.
I'm
It depends
becoming
on how emotionally invested, I think. Because I can't get an answer if I'm super invested in it.
It's hard. It's hard.
Oh, thank you, Silver.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, the only real sin is self-betrayal. Amen. Mary.
Yes. All right. Let's see, Jake. Let me see. Do I want this deck or do I want to grab a different? Oh, Judgment's coming out. So I'm going to grab that. Well, that's enhanced awareness, a real change.
Ooh, what a beautiful card.
Yes. And even though it's kind of disappearing in with my green screen, I'm sorry about that.
You never realized how much green there are in our cards.
Yeah, now I know. It's true. But this is about a change, making a big change in your life where you really level up. You look back to the past and you see how you've changed, and your vision is enhanced. Your understanding is enhanced of the past. It's like things kind of fall into place and you understand from a very awakened, it's your woke card. This is the angels trumpets, and they're calling you to awaken to your renewed form, to change up your life where you need to, throw out what doesn't work and embrace what does, and believe in yourself. And I also, let's see what other cards I get, and that's a major arcana. It's number 20. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 20. So you can look at that number as well. And it's a new way of seeing yourself, more of who you really are. You're becoming more of who you really are. Princess of Pentacles. I think this is study. These are things that you are pursuing. With the Seven of Swords, and there might be something that's being done kind of quietly or secretively. There's something secretive about that. Princess of Pentacles, some sort of new start. I don't know. Maybe there's something you're looking into. But realizing that things are not always what they seem to be, that there's deeper, look a little deeper. And the Prince of Swords, that's you getting to the truth of where things, that you thought were a certain way in life. And there's just like getting like a download is what I get for you. The Ten of Wands, this is you, yes, taking the trash out. You're carrying around baggage from family, from other people's projected crap, and this is with the Judgment. It's the time to separate and like spring clean your soul. It's like you realize this fear is not yours. It was taught, something you picked up from family, that kind of stuff, and realizing, I don't want that, and that's really I've outgrown that. And so you're in a really powerful position of renewal and clarity. The Ace of Swords, about who you are and reclaiming your power. It's really great. Just, you're on track, Jake.
Yeah. I got 3 interesting cards here. May seem like you've got the world on your back, but it's actually those windmills you've been fighting. see that balloon up there? That's what you're aiming for, to float on along. But as you're going, it's going to seem more and more heavy as you move forward. Just know that you're like Don Quixote. That's that windmill that you're fighting. That's either you choose to stop the fight or start the fight. Now, if you choose to start the fight, know the storm is behind you. So this card tells me that it may be a checkered path, but it's a winning path. Because that house back there in the background is about to get smacked by that column of wind and the storm. But you're up here on the hill looking down on that. You're out here in the bright light. Look at how dark it is where that house is. That's where you're coming from. This card is telling you don't look back. This card, this is from the Josephine Wall. I can't remember the name of the deck. Magical Wisdom deck. Blaze your own trail. Don't be afraid. This also goes for Edgar and Michael. Yeah, blaze your own trail. Who cares what they say about you? Because you know what? You might just have what they're looking for. So that's what Spirit's telling you. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Don't get out of your own way. Because you've already got most of it done. Does that make sense?
I hope so. Okay. And musical Neptunian, did you, or 5 paces? I'm sorry, you got COVID. I hope you get to feeling better.
Oh, honey.
And I agree with you, musical Neptunian. Anyone who hates gay people should go listen to Real Men by Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson is great. I love his music. I'd forgotten about him. I need to go listen to some of his music again.
I was seeing up here what if I can get back up there.
Rolling, rolling. He says that's all very accurate. Thank you, girls. You're welcome.
Okay, it's not going to go up for me for some reason. Anyway, my musical Neptunian. Jesus talked about Sodom and Gomorrah 3 times in the Gospels, but not once did he talk about homosexuality. Does it talk about homosexuality being the cause of their destruction?
Thank you.
And that has always been my biggest bitch about how the church teaches about sodomy.
Yeah.
And why it's called that is because of the town. And that's only because some preacher somewhere, when they were writing the Bible, was afraid of being gay. That's all I can
There you go. For real. It's not too late. You can ask a question, but that will be it because I've got she says, thank you, beautiful ladies. You know it, Jasmine.
Oh, you're welcome, Jasmine.
Yeah, just give him a lot of support and let him know that if anyone, we've got his back. He thinks it's. I think he thinks it's going to be funny, to some degree. Like what?
You saying what?
Yeah. Yes, you can have a collective read. I will do that. I'm marking that. Religions are for people who fear hell. Yeah, spirituality is for people who've already been there. Yes.
Yeah. And survived.
Hey, here I am. I'm here to tell you about it before I pop my clogs.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, Sherry's back.
Hey, Sherry. All right. So now who's next? Okay. P44 had a question. Now I know she went to bed, but she'll see this on the replay. Okay. So she had a question. Her friend Linda, mother of my 2 godkids, has asked me to take 2 weeks annual leave from work and help to look after my godkids. Should I do it? Okay. Let's see what we got.
I saw that when you posted that question.
Yeah.
Thing with me, a lot of times, I get the answer before I even pick up the cards.
Well, good for you.
It's like, and I just honed that in years and years of watching Linda G and you guys.
Uh-huh.
Because I would just focus on the question, and when they'd say the question out loud, I'd go, okay, guides.
What is it? Yeah.
And then I get the answer. So it's kind of interesting.
It is. Okay, Linda and P44 assisting. Should she do it?
Okay.
I get the Fool and the Queen of Cups. Sorry.
I was just reading what Jasmine was saying.
Oh. I get the Fool and the Queen of Cups. That is the children that is taking the risk, but is this something that you are getting into maybe over your head? You know, let me see. With the Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man, there could be delay, or this could be the help, the sacrifice, Ace of Wands. So this makes me feel like there's a hesitancy, but I feel like the Ace of Wands says go for it, but look at it from a different perspective. You need to change the way you're looking at it, perhaps in some way. This is a new adventure. You don't know what's going to happen, but there's something I think that you will learn from it. It's going to teach you a different perspective with the Ace of Wands in your activity, in your help. I get a King of Cups and a Prince of Swords. So an adult male, and I think a child male child, and Judgment, and the Eight of Wands. There's going to be realization. I think there's going to be a man that's going to be helping also. Maybe the father or a male figure that to these children that is an adult is going to realize that they need to pull their weight or do something. Eight of Wands. And they get active. I think their conscience bothers them. Ten of Pentacles is family members, and the Ace of Swords. You know what? You may not even spend that much long time there if you do go to help, because I think there's going to be a male member of the family that's going to want to step up or be involved in some way, is what I'm getting. There's going to be clarity. And I get the Ten of Pentacles, that's family, and the Ace of Swords, there's clarity and judgment, and it just makes me feel like somebody's going to step up to that. Their conscience has got to bother them a little bit, though. It might take them a moment. Princess of Cups, the children. Mm-hmm. Five of Pentacles, the bad health, and the Nine of Pentacles to get better, get well, whatever. Yeah, I think you might do it for a very short time. I don't think it's going to be very long. I think it is something you should do, but I also see a male coming in and kind of taking over that. Looks like he's going to have some kind of conscience over this. So I'll let that go.
I got a bunch of good cards. Interesting cards, though. First one is the wishing well. You're wishing. I think part of you wants to take care of these little kiddos for the break. But you're wishing that you didn't have to. And she is wishing that she didn't have to ask you. But next card is the Compass. Should you choose to go that direction, you're safe. You should be fine. Might make you tired because you're not used to being around, kiddos. But their little easy, sweet little minds are so refreshing that the joys that can happen by going this direction are huge. Yeah.
I think it'd be good for her.
And kids are really great at making you feel exposed to your secrets. So be prepared. Should you do that, be the wise owl, not the fairy trying to hide her chest.
You get caught in the bathroom.
Oh. Also, if you do go there, you'll be fine. You can rest and everything as long as you make sure you find your spirit of place. Find your sanctuary. Find that place you can go to for peace and quiet. You'll be
Usually
fine.
the bathroom. Just gonna
Yes,
tell you
I was
now.
just going to say go find the toilet.
Turn
Sit
on the
toilet for
fan.
a while. I tell Janet P that.
Just turn on the fan. They'll get the idea and they'll say, well away.
Yes. And if you do all of this, just ride that wave. It's going to happen fast. Even if it's only 2 weeks, seems like a long time when you're not used to taking care of children. But because they're the children, they're going to keep you so busy, it's gone before you know it. So keep the playful, innocent mood like a dolphin.
Yes.
Always finds happiness. Dolphins always make me laugh.
Me too. They are great.
Because you don't want to be stuck in the mud. Go for it. I think take that. Even if you aren't there the full week, 2 weeks of your annual leave, the break will be good for you. Just change of scenery, change of everything. It'll be good for you. Like I said, I got some interesting cards. I just kept pulling cards. I was like, oh yeah. That's why I like oracle cards, because they'll tell you a story really quick.
Oh yeah, it's so fascinating. And before you know it, it's like, I swear to God, you guys, I can have like start with one, like a big cup of coffee. I still haven't finished it because I friggin' get sidetracked. And especially if I'm reading for myself, it's like reading a story and I'm trying to figure out, I get totally absorbed, absorbed.
Well, I was reading with Scott Allen and Nancy Jean this morning, and I still haven't finished that cup of coffee.
Oh my goodness.
I've nuked it I don't know how many times.
I got a coffee. I got, my little coffee warmer. I set it on there. So
I'm
it
just
doesn't.
going to put some ice in it and call it iced coffee at this
There you
point.
go.
Add a little more sugar and call it dessert.
Hey, I've done that. I have to. And Jasmine says respectfully that they are gangbangers. My brother just got released from prison. Okay, so that made sense when I saw the fighting card, that
and you're
violent.
And he's romantically involved with Edgar.
No. Oh, she is. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she says, I'm romantically involved with Edgar.
That my brother's friend is not trustworthy. I think that your brother is what I was shown was that he's got a handle on it if in case somebody isn't. I did see some arguing with that 5 of Wands, but I think it's going to be okay no matter what the deal is. I'm not quite sure, but I just see it, your brother has got a handle on his business. Yeah. Okay, so that might give you some rest. They're gangbangers, my brother So your brother wants to be a good boy. Does not want to go back there.
He don't want. That was no fun for him.
No, the food is terrible.
And the company's even worse.
Yeah, and it's noisy. Oh, I've had family that have gone, so
my ex-husband's there. Cocaine and alcohol.
Cocaine and alcohol. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
He good buddies with Junior.
Oh boy,
Trumpy Junior. They could
They could snort rails.
Yeah, between the alcohol and the cocaine, they could, and Kimberly, they could have had a good time.
Oh.
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
No, you didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, oh yeah. So, should we throw cards to see if 5 Paces saw a UFO?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. Let me put that
coffee. Here in Arizona, down. We see them a lot.
That's what my friend up around Flagstaff, my other friend.
Oh yeah, especially up there. There's not as many lights up there, so you see them a lot easier.
Oh wow. I would love
just the Grand Canyon. It's dark.
It's people don't realize how much light pollution we have, but where I grew up out in the rural Missouri, the stars look so close, like you could touch them.
Oh, I used to go and watch the Perseid or Leonid, one of the two meteor
Yeah.
showers
I
up
can
at
do that.
Clear Lake National Park up on the rim up there, and that's like 10,000 feet in the air. So it looks like you could just swipe your hand through the Milky Way. They're so
Oh
close,
my God.
so clear and so beautiful. So to watch those meteors going by, looks like
That's
they're going
fun.
to smack you in the head.
It's true.
But
I saw a bunch when I was at Yosemite, and we rented a cabin, and it was so cool. I'd love to do that again with my family.
oh, let me know when you're doing that. I'll meet
will.
you. We'd
I
have a
will.
ball.
Yes.
Oh gosh, yeah. My best friend lived in Redding. So Northern California, I know my way around a lot. We used to
Good.
she'd spend 2 weeks with me in the summer, and then I go down and spend 2 weeks with her. So a month out of the summer, we were hanging out at each other's house.
That's so cool.
We knew each other from the Grand Canyon.
Dang. That's awesome, though.
Now she's a music professor.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, let's see. 5 paces. Was that a UFO?
Was that a UFO you saw?
I have a feeling it is. Just intuitively, bam, it says yes to me. But
my first question was there any sound?
did we get a response? So 5 paces, can you
was there any sound? Because that'll tell you right there. Because UFOs are silent. They don't have any sound.
A lot of times they don't. You just look up and you're like, oh, holy Jesus, there it is. And then pee trickles down your. Sorry. I'm just being very creative this Sunday with adjectives.
I love it. Considering this morning Rachel and I were talking about my urinary tract infection, and I was IP freely today.
Today is IP Freely.
My name is IP Freely.
Today is brought to you by IP Freely. Hey.
Well, I got some good cards here.
Go ahead then, sis. Pop it out.
They're for communication. Look at her. Look at her. I'm going to say that card says yes. That's a UFO that flew over your house. The other reason I'm saying is yes.
Oh.
It's because it's freedom. Look at over that.
OMG. You should see what I'm getting to. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And the third one is they've come to clear our aura. They've come to clear our bullshit out.
Oh, they're cleaning the energy.
Standing waist deep in the muck and the mire.
That's like poo-poo.
But she's talking to that little froggy.
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, hi. Yeah, I'm here cleaning.
Yeah.
Carry on.
He's there cleaning our aura.
And I don't know if you were done or not, but
yes,
I'll
I'm
just
done.
give these two. I got just perfectly in segue from yours is the Wheel of Fortune and the Star.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Now, the Wheel of Fortune to me in this card, now I know, y'all, that it's not showing up because of the green screen, but still, doesn't that look like a UFO?
Yes.
Like the lights, if you looked up and you saw the little, okay, yeah.
It looks like the biblical, like I have
is Elijah's wheel? Elijah's wheel?
Yeah, yes, exactly. I was just going to say my family Bible has all the paintings, and it's got Elijah's and Daniel's wheels and the cigar and all that in there.
Oh, that's so fascinating. And the star. So yes, I believe
that's a beautiful card.
Yeah, this is the Cosmic Tarot.
That's
one of my favorite decks.
I love it.
I do too. So that is a resounding yes. Let's see what else I get. 2 more. Emperor. So I feel like there was a senior official, shall we say, of the Galactic Command. I'm not trying to be, and another one, and I think like a co-captain.
Oh wow!
But they're very up there, hoity-toities. We got the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, so it's like they do this. I feel like they do this, like you're saying, regularly over the earth with the energy. Because that King of Pentacles is very earthy energy. And then the Emperor. Let's see what else I got. It's very interesting. And then the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords.
Oh.
Yeah, they're clearing and activating something on the earth. Yeah. And then look at this Four of Wands. Sorry, once again.
Oh, isn't that pretty?
Yeah. So they're kind of like doing a spin. Yeah. There's a spiral in the ground, and then there's 7 wands, and they're up on their toe doing I forget what that is in ballet.
Pirouette?
Yeah, pirouette. And with the 4 wands. So this is movement, and the 8 of wands is a lot of movement. That's their craft. That's a craft.
Yeah, and that's fast movement.
Yes. So
I'm just learning tarot, by the way.
Well, you're doing a smack dab job. You're doing great. You're doing great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Man.
I've been playing with it for years. I read it intuitively, but I'm taking a class on the traditional Rider-Waite.
It's good. It's good to have both. Because I did that. I started that when I was 18. I learned the traditional stuff, and sometimes I still have to go back and I like to read the old stuff, but it's good to learn.
Yeah.
It just it does, it just packs up more information. All right. So is there a message from my guides, Vixen Doe?
Okay.
We're not taking any more questions because I think we have one more after this. Maybe, no, we have. Yeah, one more after this. And then we'll close it out.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Gone by fast.
Yeah. We had fun. I had fun. I hope you all did.
You.
I'd love to have you back on to talk about recipes and making edibles and growing. Yeah, some more.
We did do a 420 cooking show.
Yes, that'd be awesome. Feed me.
I got Jello flavors. I've got pineapple, apricot, and wild cherry and lime to make gummies out of.
Oh, that sounds so good.
So I'm going to make apricot, pineapple, and wild cherry lime.
Apricot's like my favorite.
Mine too.
Pineapple.
Mine too. And I bought a can of apricots, and I'm going to put them through the blender.
Oh, yum.
And put that in the gummy.
Oh my God, I eat dried apricots like crazy.
I love apricots. I want an apricot treat so bad, and I didn't know it. But if you have one apricot tree, you have to have 2. Because to pollinate, you have to have 2. Not all. A lot of fruit trees pollinate themselves, but not apricots.
So you have to give them a friend.
Apricots and pecans and almonds. They need 2 trees.
Oh, I didn't know that. I love all of those. So good.
I do too.
Mm.
My grandma had 4 pecan trees in her yard. I didn't know pecans were expensive until I was an adult and had to buy them.
And then you probably went.
That make you pick those up off the ground. When you pick them off the ground, eating them all day.
I love pecans. God, they're so good.
Pecans.
Yes, pecan pie with a cup of tea, a cup of coffee. So good.
And just stick them in a pan with a little bit of butter.
Yes. Oh my God. Then you brown them. Oh, I've done that.
Toast them and that's it. Okay, card. Where'd you go?
It went for a fly. Vixen Doe is activating the cards.
It even turned sideways, so I guess I better keep it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Vixen Doe. I got the competition card for you. Summon courage and self-confidence. Ride that tiger.
Ride the tiger.
Ride that tiger. Yes. Oh. And live life to its fullest. The dragonfly is the other card. I love these cards.
Oh, I do too. That is so beautiful.
Worn out.
I love dragonflies also.
Josephine Wall. One of my favorite artists. Then the third one I'll give you is Enlightenment. pursue your spiritual growth. As long as you keep pursuing that spiritual growth and living life to its fullest, you're living your life's purpose. Everybody goes, what's my purpose? What's my purpose?
They
First
want
of
to
all,
make
let
it
me
more
tell you, your purpose is not your occupation.
Yes.
It is not whether you're a mother or a father. All your life purpose is to live your life to the fullest. Period.
And to love and forgive
That's
and to
part of
enjoy.
living it. If you live your life to the fullest, you're going to love to the fullest. You're going to forgive to the fullest. If you do that, you got your purpose.
It's true.
So people go, oh, I don't know what my purpose is. I focus so hard and I pray so hard that they'll show me. Stop.
You're in your own way. You're in your own way, trying too darn hard.
Yeah, you're in your own way. They can't, if you do that, they can't give you the messages you need to hear.
They had to tell me to get out of my own way. So you know what? It happens, people.
That's why I like the Rebel cards, because I have to pull those. I do readings for myself with the Rebel cards.
I've done that too. I've got a really naughty one. Well, it's just not naughty, but it's, it's
and they're always right on.
It's an F bomber. So
they're all F bombers.
I'm gonna use for Vixen Doe. I'm gonna use the Southern Gothic Oracle. This is the box.
Oh, how pretty!
I haven't used her in a while, and I just love. I do refer to her as
I am. We like to do the unusual.
Yeah, it's like I want to give y'all something special.
Like I got I'd have to say my strangest. My strangest deck is this one.
I've got that one. It's so cool, though. I haven't been able to read with it.
It's easy to read with.
I haven't been able to read with mine yet. Maybe sometimes I have to go back to them, and then they fly.
Read it with the book.
I will.
And then when you connect the movies with the cards,
I love his work.
Sudden you go, oh, I get it now.
I love his work.
But this is probably the strangest deck that I own.
It is one of them.
Strange.
One of the strangest ones that I was using on myself last night, you guys. Where did I set it down? Here it is. A lot of people know this one. The Shadowlands.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I will have to do these. I will do an unboxing on all this stuff. I promise. I have so many videos I have to make.
I love doing unboxings. That's one of my favorite videos to do.
Mine too, actually.
Look at this card. Look at this card. Look at this card.
That's nice. Yeah, it's like that's from my old days of looking at the JCPenney catalog, circling things that I wanted for Christmas. I was never gonna get because we did not have the money.
Big, so Mom doesn't miss it.
Yeah, maybe is another one. The Barbie Townhouse.
And
Barbie Townhouse.
So because Daddy will see it if you put an asterisk.
My dad wouldn't get it for me.
And my dad never touched the freaking catalog. I never went near the damn thing. And
Mine didn't either.
I make extra. Daddy will see it. And then I'll get it for sure. I'm Daddy's girl.
You were lucky. Lucky. Let's see. Vixen Doe, your guides. All right. I'm going to dial in. Use these cards, you guys. What does Vixen Doe need to know? What is the message from her guides? All right.
Wow.
Oh, can't grab the dang cards.
I keep getting the same cards I just had.
Interesting. And I'm getting the Candlelight Spirit, which is virtue when there is oppression. Now, this shows there's a young woman of color. It's hard to see on this night. Again, I do apologize. Young woman of color, and she's sitting outside. You can tell that much.
Yeah.
There's an axe that's in a tree trunk, buried in the tree trunk. No, it's not an axe. I'm sorry. She's just sitting out by that tree trunk. Oh my God, but I can see through her. So she's like a spirit.
So she's a spirit.
Yeah, and she's holding a candle right above this tree trunk, the Candlelight Spirit. So let me just see what I get with that. And this is about oppression and virtue during being the bigger person if somebody's being an a-hole as well. Let me see, Candlelight Spirit.
That's why your name is different, Greeter. I like it. Hugger Greeter TK.
Yes.
Because she gives everybody hugs.
She's lovely.
I love my Teresa Cole.
I do too. Teresa,
And
you
she told me I can call her Teresa Cole.
Oh, you're lucky. This might be one of the extra cards, I think, that came with it. Anyway, so Candlelight Spirit, and I get Live Oak, Longevity, and Reliability. I think this goes back to what you were talking about, Vixen, about your situation. I remember that you're moving, going to be looking to buy a place on your own, and coming out. I just think this is Candlelight Spirit. This is you shining your light, letting your light shine, even though people might give you crap or tell you don't know what you're doing or whatever. Just you're going to make it is the message. You have the strength with the oak and reliability. You're a hard worker. Longevity. You're going to teach the naysayers something or two. Let me put it that way. And the Candlelight Spirit, to me, it's like a quiet knowing, even though the world's in chaos around you, there's a calm within.
Mm-hmm.
Dogwood Blossoms. Rebirth. This is about you recreating your life, recreating yourself. And Kudzu, Abundant Growth, Willpower. This is your time to rise and shine and seize the day and become your own woman. Powerful.
And if you know anything about that vine, nothing kills that shit.
That's exactly
Nothing kills that vine.
You can kind of tell, you know what? Let me just. Yeah. It's true. And you get the raccoon. Curiosity, perseverance. Do not give up. Be curious and just look at it as something that you're learning all this new stuff. And it's just going to empower you. It's not going to take you down. It's going to empower you. You have the ability to learn it and utilize it. That's all I have.
I got a couple. I decided to pull a couple more cards. While you're doing this, don't forget about the peaks of joy. Don't get so carried away in what you're working hard on to not forget to celebrate and honor your child inside you. We are told so much to be responsible and be the adult. And you know what? I was a kid first. I'm always a kid, and I'm 64 years old. However,
she's a 64-year-old kid.
Always 29 years young.
Darn right.
So, the other thing is in this, pay attention to the details. You want to manifest it, give the details. And you'll have magnified clarity. Do you see that?
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that deck. It's so cool. I love your nails. Your nails are gorgeous.
My trippy foil nails. Oh, thank you. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I just, the details card, it was like, oh, I got to share the details. I got goosebumps on that one.
Yeah, that one was
my
like.
Ankles, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, and I got goosebumps. Yeah.
When that happens, that's usually because an angel touched my back.
Oh, wow. The last question.
You're 25. You like me, I'm forever 29.
I you know what? I would take 30. 30's a, yeah.
Yeah, 30 is a good number. 30 is a good number.
Yeah, I like 30.
I had a lot of fun at 30. 31 was kind of a mess. I got married at 31.
Whoops. Well, but right before you made that.
Smart enough to know better by the time I was 31.
Well, you learned a lesson.
Yeah, only goats thrive on
kudzu.
Oh,
yeah, that's some strength, girl. You got some real strength. You're going to be finding your strength. Let me just put it this way. And your strength is extra industrial. And they're going to learn.
And I love that it's that particular vine. Kudzu.
Isn't it great? I thought you'd like this deck, but I didn't realize that. Yeah.
The other vine that's like that is Morning Glory.
Yes.
Try to get rid of Morning Glory. Good luck. Once it starts in your yard, you'll never get it out of here.
It's true. I have pulled
And
that
here it grows
stuff.
year round. There's no spring. It's always spring here. So it just grows and grows and
You know,
grows.
it's same with like Northern California. We have a kind of that temperate thing, and nothing really has a dieback season.
Well, I'll be
It
honest
really
with you.
doesn't.
I'm thinking about moving to Brookings, Oregon.
Ooh.
That's just barely in Oregon. Just barely.
So you're like right on the border between California.
That's right on the Smith River, just north of Crescent
Sounds
City.
good to me. I'm gonna look that up.
Oh, it's beautiful there. Roses bloom there at Christmas time.
Oh,
It's right at the part of Oregon, at the bottom of Oregon.
yes.
It makes that little curve. It's right in that curve.
That little niche.
Yeah, it's the banana belt of Oregon.
I didn't know that.
Very
like
southern
that.
Oregon. So it's either that or Longview, Washington.
Oh, well,
Well, Longview's
That's cool.
wet.
Yeah, that would hurt me physically, I'm afraid. I'm just too feeble at this point with my, body that way. It's like,
my best friend lives in Longview, and when she moved there was in 1980. And the significance to that date and that town, Mount St. Helens blew up.
That's right. I
In
remember.
1980, and we watched it happen with our own two eyes.
Oh my God. I remember that as a kid and it affecting the weather in Missouri.
Yeah. We were on our way to Safeway. We'd been eating breakfast and the cassette deck kept skipping like a record. You know how records will get stuck?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? Oh no, you didn't break
cassette?
your boyfriend's Kenwood stereo deck. Oh my God.
Oh, Kenwood. Yeah.
We're all worried about that. We get in the car, put tape in the deck in the car, and it's doing the same thing in the car.
No way.
It was really weird. And then we're driving along. We're headed to Safeway. People are driving all cuckoo all of a sudden, like they're driving off the road. And she goes, Katie, look. And this big mushroom cloud is going off. I'm like, holy shit. She says, yeah, that's the mountain. Oh, what do we do? And then
where did you go?
It erupted, stereo started playing fine. So I think it messed with the ions in the
waves.
Yeah. It messed with the electrical charge of the magnetics on that tape.
Oh my God. Right.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird. And I find it makes sense to me though.
You want to feel really insignificant to the scheme of things? Watch a volcano explode in front of you.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of
you don't matter
when you're driving along in a car and there's a huge tornado.
Yeah.
And you're like going, yeah.
I got the significance of a gnat.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, and we're all so worried about and tied up all up in ourselves. And I did a ceremony.
Out. I say zoom out.
I think it was November 1st. It was All Souls Day. I did ceremony with some mushrooms, and I went for clarity, and I got clarity of the hawk, I got the wisdom of the owl, and I got the swift decision-making abilities of the eagle. This is what I was shown. And the number one thing I was shown and told by the Great Spirit, all this stuff, you guys, none of it matters.
Yes.
None of it really matters.
I was told zoom out, and I was shown on the card the earth, and it looks like zoom out from the earth and look at the earth. If you think of yourself as like suspended in space, and zoom out and look at the earth. And it did. It had the effect it needed to do on me, and it's still working.
Exactly. It humbles you to the point of that's where I've been all week.
Ditto.
Zooming out because God, I fought so hard for Roe v. Wade in the first place.
Damn it. Yep. We'll get it. We're going to fix it, though. We're going to get this back.
And it's not about Roe v. Wade anyway.
No.
It never has been about babies.
It never has been.
It's about men having to control, period. Yeah. And it's not even that they got to control women. They just got to control.
Yeah.
And it's just a handful.
Yeah, it's like, why can't we just, I'm sorry, but can we just put them on an island and they can all just legislate themselves silly?
I agree.
They should not be part of the
grift each
rest.
other for money and
Yeah, and
make
lie
hollow
and be horrible.
promises.
Let them be horrible to each other. Just the rest of us that just want to live in peace and love each other,
What?
live
Yeah,
in
I
love.
can never understand why people
Why
fight
do they
so
want to lie?
hard for people who want to just get along. Why
Yeah,
do you
what's wrong with
resist
that?
that so much?
Because it would, our division is their way of making money. If they can
Yeah,
keep us divided, they can keep in power. But you know what? Your day's coming, suckers.
yeah, because you know what comes with companionship, connection, and collection? Bartering, motherfuckers. And you can't get
Boom.
rich off of bartering. And when you got people who are working together in harmony, that's what you have is bartering. People give freely and people receive freely. That's the whole point of life.
Kind of like what Nikola Tesla wanted to do, but you guys just made sure that you stole his
Oh
idea,
yeah,
charged
Edison.
us all. Don't think
Thomas.
that we won't come for you for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So here's the collective read that we're going to do for this lunar eclipse
Oh.
that happened. That is now. This is it's foggy, so I'm probably not going to be able to see it here at the coast. I'm in Pacifica,
It's
which is
clear here. It's going to be a good night.
And hopefully you can get some pictures. I don't think I'm going to be able to. We are socked in.
I'm going to try, but I'll have to do it in a video. The camera I've got is my cell phone. My iPhone.
So here's the collective read on that eclipse. Okay.
I like what Jake says. Men are afraid of anyone with a lot of feminine energy. Women, gay men, women, gay men, etc. Look at the three Abrahamic religions. Only God, no goddess. Only priests, no priestesses.
How boring. God.
Well, and it's so funny. Is they can't even live up to that either.
No.
It's so
just
ridiculous.
A boys' club. A ritual boys' club.
Well, even if the priests.
Yeah.
Look how heinous and corrupt they became. Because of celibacy. Because celibacy ain't natural. If God didn't want us to have pleasure, he wouldn't make those organs have so much fun.
Yeah.
And if it was just for procreation,
then
wouldn't be so much fun.
No.
It's just like I don't know about you guys, but my God is not a dysfunctional father.
No.
He doesn't set me up to fail.
No. Same. That's a people thing. That's when we go, smells like human excrement.
Smells like you're all involved in your
piddly poo
royalty.
Yes.
If you think the source is a person sitting on a throne, good luck.
Oh man, that's like a no imagination at all. Yeah. To me, that's just like your God is so boring. It must be horrible for them. I'm sorry. He's made me be boring.
I was applying for food stamps one time, and there was a gentleman sitting next to me, was very quiet, kept to himself, and I'm noticing he's looking at this, reading this little book, and it was backwards and upside down, and I couldn't figure out what the hell is this guy doing. He's reading the Quran, Katie, and he had to go make a phone call, and he actually excused himself as he got up to go make the phone call. I was like, "You're the most polite, wonderful man. Can I read your book?"
Yeah, exactly.
Can I read your book? I've read the Quran, but
yeah,
I made a deal to myself back in junior high that I wanted to see. Everybody sees all the differences in religion. I want to see where they're all the same, and they're all the same.
Trust.
We're all the same.
They are. It's all about control. The thing that they don't want you to do is to think for yourself and to get your own relationship with God, because then you don't have to go to them and they can't chisel guilt and money out of you to make their life, because that's how they live. They're not working a real job. Sorry.
My favorite scene out of the Bible is Jesus when he goes through the temple,
turning the tables
and says, "You've turned this into a den of thieves."
Yeah. And he's
My
like,
Father's house, you've turned it into a den of thieves.
it's
And
like,
every
I'm ready
time
for
I
the,
set foot in the church, that's all I hear.
yep, me
That's all
too.
I hear.
That's why I had to
So
leave.
I don't go to church.
I do in my own home.
I did find out though, when I do go to church, they don't collapse.
Yeah. And you didn't set it on fire. Lightning did not strike. The
No.
sky did not fall.
And they didn't go, oh, you poor little heathen, we're so glad you come home. They didn't do that either.
Prodigal daughter. No, they're like, stay away. Don't let the door hit you. Yeah.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord
Word split you. Well, I've got the Bayou, which is about emotions and manifestation, and the Vampire of Richmond, which is about ego and narcissism.
Wow. Ooh.
So this is about cleaning up your negative emotions because they manifest illness, and being aware of that your emotions can manifest things, especially taking a look at your ego and narcissism. We all need to do that and make sure that we are cleaning up our act. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Also, people that drain you, stay away from them. The Vampire of Richmond. People that are egotistical narcissists, if they just cut them out of your life.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting Wild Violet, and it's stuck with the Mojo bag, justice, karma. And the Wild Violet is self-actualization and individuality. So you are called with this eclipse to reclaim your power.
Wow.
And this is a real time for justice. Call for justice if you have need of it. This is time for karma that's going to be called in. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
And definitely cut out the narcissists that are draining you of your vital energies. You need boundaries with Mojo, and we need to make sure our boundaries are good, not too porous and not too hard, that we are inaccessible and we've welded the door closed. I just found that I had welded the door closed and I didn't know that. They showed me at the cards. So make sure you haven't done the same thing.
Yeah, I kind of got showed that yesterday.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you're a boxer, girl. You don't need to fight us, but stop hitting us in the face, Maya. That's enough. It's like, oh my God, I'm rude.
With me, I have a tendency to walk away real quick. I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah.
I don't take the time to
no
fiddle fuddle. You either go with me or you don't go with me. If you don't go with me, you don't go with me. Bye.
Right on. And my mom's an Aquarius, so I totally get your vibe.
I have a tendency to be too quick to be that way. And I have a friend back in
me too
around St. Patrick's Day who didn't like my card of the day, which was the
what?
Well, it was an interesting card of the day for St. Patrick's Day. It was the 7 heavenly virtues. And he took great offense to the fact that temperance was in there on St. Patrick's Day and raked me over the coals. Well, and I told him, that's interesting that you picked that one, because there's 6 other virtues in there. Health. There's faith, love, hope, purity. And you picked temperance. Me thinks you protest too much. Leave me alone. He was like, well, I grew up in the Irish and green.
Oh, what a mother's boy.
Like, I'm new to the United States. I didn't know they make rivers green on St. Patrick's Day or in this country.
Oh, that was something new, yeah.
And I was like, dude, stop. I've lived in this country my whole life, like you've lived in this country your whole life. Stop. And he went, okay, be nice. I was gone, and I haven't said another word. Well, Saturday in one of his live streams, he's telling him in the live stream how he wants to apologize to me, but I won't talk to him. He has my phone number. All he's got to do is call. He's never even tried to apologize. So now he's trying to manipulate me by doing it on a live stream.
In a passive aggressive fashion.
Yeah. So
just
I guess
don't
he stays far away now.
Yeah. If you do that, that is just putting more red flags up the flagpole.
You're just pushing me farther and farther away.
No, somebody if they can't deal with the truth that moderation is important, you can still enjoy yourself with being moderate. In fact, you'll enjoy it more.
Exactly. And I quit getting blotto stupid drunk on St. Patrick's Day at about 22 years old. He's 75 and he's all offended by temperance. And I'm going, it's also Taco Tuesday, so enjoy yourself at your bar. He's an alcoholic, hon.
That's why,
So that's
because he doesn't want to deal with his addiction issues.
He's a dry drunk. He just doesn't want to deal with it. But my card, do you want to hear what I got?
Yes, I do.
We're going to reach the field of dreams.
This is for us all. So let's all be.
We are all. As long as we realize we have to be a magical shape shifter.
Yes.
If the call is for a person of color and you don't have any or see any persons of color around you, you be that person of color. And expect messages from unexpected visitors. Look at the little bunny down there, and she can't even see the bunny, and the bunny's the message. And she's
it's so cute, the little white bunny.
Isn't he cute?
Oh, it's adorable.
Look for your answers from unexpected places, unexpected people. And while you're doing that, listen. Listen with your mind shut down. Don't listen with your mind thinking about what you need to say next. Listen to what that person is saying to you and read between the lines with your heart. That's why this card is so green. And that's all I got to say to you guys. I love you so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you, KD, for joining me for these almost 3 hours. We're going 2:41.
Whoa.
We've gone a long time, but you know what? It felt good. Our energies.
It was so easy.
Yeah, it's like effortless. And so I want to thank you, KD, and I'm going to be having you back. And this is so much fun.
I'd love to come back. You need to come to my channel too. Yes. We have fun, girlfriend.
Yay! So please make sure that you are subscribed to the wonderful KD Moonchild. You can also find her on Instagram. And thank you, IT guy. I'm opening up. I've got a rubber face. I really do. I'm a big ham. But anyway, please thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the notifications, and we'll see you soon, because I do my lives Thursday nights and at Sundays at 3 Pacific time. Katie, when are your lives? Hey, we're just closing out the live now, guys, but go ahead.
My lives are Wednesdays at noon Pacific, so for your lunch hour. And on Thursdays, just before Maya, between 5 and 6, I have the Lightworkers Roundtable, where we discuss what all of us card readers and mediums and all of us peoples in here do to raise our vibes when we feel like we're living in a damn vacuum cleaner. And I'm getting ready to start a new one. I haven't really quite figured out how we're going to do it, but it's with my friend Rachel.
Oh, I love her. She was here earlier.
We're talking a lot about Norse mythology and
will you drag me in so I can hang out too?
Absolutely.
Because I like her.
Oh, she's a blast.
I love her.
I know her from my community before when I had my party stream.
She was fun. I loved talking to the two of you the other night. That was so much fun.
I've known her for like 5 years now. She's a very, very close friend.
Oh, she's lovely. And Rachel's, well, we'll try and find. She's here in the chat, or she was. And if you find,
they're probably doing dinner.
Yeah, I'm sure she's signed off now because it's a long one. But you all check her out in the live, and there's other readers too in the live. Just click on names.
Yeah, Rachel has a channel too.
That's right.
She has a channel. She doesn't do a whole lot on there, but what she does is really good because the lady's got a degree in telecommunications.
Dang.
She, yeah, so it's like, okay, we do a show together. You're going to do the editing, right?
That's right. Let her
Really
do
good
it.
at it.
I tell you.
Yeah.
But anyway, you guys, thank you for making this Sunday live. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And KD, love you, and I will talk to you soon. All
I
right,
love
guys.
you, girlfriend.
Mwah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Take care and be good to each other
Yes.
and yourself.
Please.